Welcome to the draft show here at the FC Pro Open. For the next 15 minutes, we're going to take a deeper look at some of the squads and items selected by our pro players and you, the community, ahead of round 5 of the competition. My name's Richard Buckley, and I'm delighted to be in the company of Sporting's brand new FC Pro player, Gravison.
Thank you. Gracias. Obrigado.
Muted applause. And the one and only TN25. Firstly, gents, how was the break? How are we feeling? Refreshed?
Refreshed, definitely. And looking to see pretty much the best players compete against each other. And I've been trying my Portuguese out as well. Obrigado.
TN, what about yourself? How are you feeling,
I'm feeling refreshed. I'm ready to go. You know, I've been playing a little bit behind the scenes as well, so I'll be interested to try and pick up some tips and get it cracking again.
Well, every week here on the FC Pro Open, we have a certain draft restrictions that the players have to follow. This week, because it's a new year, means no different. It's a really interesting selection process this week. You've got one item per rarity and an 8 million squad budget. I mean, firstly, Grav, it's pretty tough that when you think about it, when you actually start to get the cogs turning.
Yeah. I mean, I did it last night, and it wasn't easy at all because you gotta pick not only a starting 11, but the subs as well. So it's not easy. But I think out of all the weeks, they are my favorite. Like, the teams are so fun.
Yeah. Bit of a rainbow team, it used to be called. You see a lot of your videos back in the day, the rainbow squad. TN, how was it for you picking these?
I'm going to be very honest with you. It took me about 2 hours. I thought I could do it straight away, but when you actually sit down and really take it in, you're like, ooh. This is hard because Gold Van Dijk, for example, is a great option, but then you want Gold Mbappe, do you know what I mean? So these are the sort of things you have to consider, and you've got to weigh up the pros and cons and what you want to do.
Well, as always, every week we have sort of the community underdogs, shall we say, the fan favourites at home, and also the staples, the guarantees. This week, no different. Where else do we start? He's in every single team tonight. All 5 players selected him. The one, the only, Kylian Mbappe. Gravison, why for you does Mbappe simply have to be in these squads?
I mean, the speed boost, I think, is the best in the game right now. I think stats-wise, just the pace, the shooting, the dribbling, agility, jumping, stamina, everything is just packed. And I don't think you need a player of the month Mbappe or a special item. I think if you use the non-inform, it's going to be massive.
That gold item, Tia, it's probably good value until June, July.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a great card until Tots. If you packed him at any point in time, you'd be over the moon. You know what I mean? You'd be over the moon. So it's pretty much a perfect striker or winger, depending on where you want to play him.
Another player that was brand new this year in FC24, Hansen. She is inevitable, in all honesty, in these squads. TN, what is it about, in particular, this version that's been selected of Hansen? 4 out of the 5 players picked her. Why? Is it all about that one finesse shot play style?
It has to be about the finesse shot play style. I mean, the game has been patched, obviously, and finesse shot isn't the same as it was before, but just having that plus makes a massive difference to go alongside with the 5-star skills. Hansen is very silky on the ball, and up front, it's all about percentages. You're always going to want, you know, a trailblazer over maybe a team of the week.
I can't say our former pro anymore, our current pro in the studio. Grav, would she be in your team if you're competing tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're going to see a lot of finesse shots. I'm going to be Nostradamus because I think after a patch, some people don't defend as much the finesse shot. But if you're using the finesse plus, it's going in. It's going in. And I think we're going to see a lot of goals from her.
Well, as always, we'd like to get you involved at home as well. This is the popular team that has been selected with this week's restrictions in the community right now. Without any further ado, let's have a look at it, because there's some interesting players in there, to say the least. Saka, Grealish, Haaland. I mean, you look across the back 4. This one, Ruben Dias here, this is
65.
65 pace, yes. I want to draw your attention to the right back in particular. Kieran Trippier, a new item that was released, within the last week or so, into Ultimate Team. Let's have a deeper dive into his stats, because I don't think it's a bad shout, Grav. You differ.
I defer because I was an ex-pro, now I'm a back pro, and that 85 pace I don't think is enough because the wingers right now are just so quick.
Good stats, though. Good stats, TN.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. He's got a decent jump in. Obviously, the crossing as well looks very good if you want to get your crosses into the box. It's actually a pretty well-rounded card. Good defending as well. Good passing, and the pace is doable, 100%.
80 sprint speed. That's what matters.
Stop raining on our
not that bad.
The community like him, and that's all that matters. Someone else that the community likes is the centre-back next to him. You talked about the pace being low. This centre-back who's next to him maybe can make up for that. It's Lev Yashin. Usually a goalkeeper, now a centre-back. He was the winter wildcard icon. We can see him in all his glory right now. Pretty expensive on the market, Grav. What do you make to Yashin?
I don't know if in-game he's going to be that good because he's a keeper being a centre-back. But I'm going to tell you, if you look at the stats and you're not seeing Yashin, and I tell you, that's Maldini, you can think he's Maldini. Like, the stats are really good.
You'd be impressed. He's got 99 vision, 98 agility, 99 jumping,
Composure.
99 interceptions. I mean, that's what you kind of want from a centre-back as well.
99 strength as well. Look, I'm on board. I'm on board the Yashin train.
I think I am as well.
One more player, centre of the pitch, the heart of this midfield for the community, Patrick Guerrero.
Guijarro.
I tried. Talk to me about Patrick, because this play style in particular, I love, Gravison. And the stats, not too bad at all.
Not too bad at all. The stats are really good, but the main thing about Patri, the playstyle.
Like 400k as well?
Yeah.
That's a good pickup in my opinion.
She's cheap.
Yeah, very good. Very well-rounded as well. Looks like she can do the job going forward and defensively. 85 shooting, 90 dribbling, and 85 defending.
And you can see those play styles right there on the screen. They are pretty special. Well, I've told you 3 players from the community that are our favourites. We also dug a little bit deeper into those community picks, and here are 3 underrated picks that maybe can improve your team at home. I'm going to start here with Radioactive Araujo. I don't mind it, I really don't. Aerial plus, decent stats, good defending, good physicality, good pace as well. For an underrated pick, Grav, I'll be pretty quick, yes or no?
Yes, because of the chemistry.
Absolutely.
100%.
Next to Araujo, Veron, TN, what are we thinking?
Yes, I mean, we saw what he was capable of during the Icons week, and the Trivella Playstyle Plus, he's fantastic. He's a very well-rounded card for the price.
And Lucio, take me there, TN, what are we thinking?
Yes, has to be. I don't know if we'll see him today just because of Ginola, but again, he's someone you put next to Virgil van Dijk and you're going to get a very solid defence.
Well, it's a new year, and I want to try out a few new things. So I've been speaking to a few people behind the scene, and we're going to run a poll in the Twitch chat right now. And the poll's going to be, whose team is better? Gravison's or TN25? It's going live right now in the chat. Let's show you. Let's show you these teams, because you need to know what you're voting for. TN, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
This is your team that you have selected. The floor is yours, sir. Talk me through it.
I mean, the attack is pretty self-explanatory. We've got Mbappe, Ginola, and Hansen. I love skills. I'm a 5-star skiller, so I feel like that's really where the difference is made. And you don't really need to talk about the front 3. They're just pretty much perfect. I've got Bellingham in there for the box-to-box, Modric in there for the passing and for the price. And Putellas is almost like a further midfielder / winger that you can sort of get up and down the pitch as well. And then the defence pretty much speaks for itself. Virgil van Dijk and Varane, big problems.
Grav, you've got a lot to compete with there. It's a very good team.
I'm prepared.
Let's have a look at your team. Defend yourself in the chat right now, because I can see the votes going up. Talk to me through your team, Gravison.
Yeah, pretty much. I really like Eusebio. You know, I've been competing in Ultimate Team for 7 years now, and I've used him every single year. I think as a striker, there's not a better chance. Maybe R9, but we know he's expensive. Yeah. Then midfield, Modric and Putellas. I think it's similar. It just comes down to what you like best. But yeah, I gotta tell you something. My defense, I really like it, but that's a point for TN.
I've never seen Dodo. Is he any good?
Yeah, he's good.
Right back.
He is really good.
Well, the poll is live. Let us know who you think is going to win in the chat right now. Let's get serious for a second, because these two, they'll fight all day long. We've got 5 players fighting for 2 spots right now. Group A is where we are heading. Umut, Emre Yilmaz, top of the pile, 10 points apiece. Hidalgo, middle of the pack. What can he do today? Lukas and Mark 11 need some big performances if they want to make their way up that table. Emre Yilmaz is where we're going to start here tonight. This is his draft that he has selected. Pretty standard team. There's 19 unique players who have been selected tonight, and one of those players is at right back, Reece James. Talk me through Reece James.
I think right now this version of Reece James is one of the best right backs you can pick.
Yeah.
He's not that expensive. I think defensively he's much better than Dodo or Klaus. And I think if you have to stop Ginola, Mbappe or Hansen, that's a really good pick.
And we've got to talk about Jude Bellingham as well, middle of the park. He's synonymous with this competition already. He's got to be in some version of Bellingham at least here.
Yeah, I mean, he's just such a well-rounded item. He's able to go forward, he's able to defend, pretty much can go out wide as well. He can pretty much do it all. I think this version has relentless playstyle plus as well, so it's a very, very well-rounded card, and with 9-minute halves, you'll be looking at him in the latter stages.
Well, let's turn the page. Let's look at the player who is also top of the table right now on 10 points. It is Umut, and this is the squad that he has selected tonight. I want to turn your attention to this player at right centre-back, Vincent Kompany. Not being selected by many, however, he is captain, leader, legend, and you might be wondering why is he allowed 2 heroes? This is the Champions League version. As you can see, Ginola is the base version of the hero. TA and Kompany. What's your thoughts on him?
I like him. He's got a big presence alongside Virgil van Dijk as well, and I feel like the both of them standing at about 6'2", 6'3". It's going to be very, very difficult to get past them. I feel like they'll be able to cover each other, especially with like the step over. So yeah, I think it's a very, very solid partnership all in all.
It's a pretty decent team. It's going to be Sedgrave, but all the teams are good tonight. How do you see tonight's competition going? It's make or break for 5 players here at the FC Pro Open.
I think it all comes down to this first round.
Yeah.
Because Umut is not playing, he's gonna be just chilling. Hidalgo against Mark, a huge game. If Hidalgo wins, he's got 9 points, just 1 point behind Umut. And that's pretty much gonna be a really good factor because on the second round, we're gonna see Hidalgo against Umut. And for me, that's the main match. Whoever wins qualifies.
Tian, how excited are you to get kicked off? We're moments away.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they have, especially with it being the first game as well. You know, sometimes nerves kick in depending on how they perform for different players. So it'll be interesting to see if they can, you know, hit the ground running or if they take their time and work their way into it. But they don't really have time for that, so they kind of need to go straight away.
Yeah, they do need to go straight away, and that's exactly where we're going to be going into action very shortly indeed. 3 players, FC Pro Open, will come to a close by the end of play tonight. 2 go to the finals. Must watch FC right after this.
We've had upsets. How have you not scored that? Oh no, it goes from bad to worse. We've had thrills. Oh, it's genius! It's goal, 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 goal. Oh, B18! We've had drama. Oh.
Sit down!
1, 2, 3.
That's great. Phil, pose. Round one was electric.
It's a really tasty group for you here.
Levy!
Get on board with the analysis train.
How's he scored that?
He'll do anything to be on TV.
In my opinion, we're gonna see fireworks.
Just got to somehow stop him. But are you ready to do it all again? Let's get this show on the road then, shall we?
Life's gonna be only one to make it. Don't lose sight. Your wrong's only gonna make you do right. Keep on going, you fight. No, you never stop. No, you never stop. Why are you waiting? Every day you know you're tired of the same thing. Time now, wait, so what time you wasting? Life's gonna be only one to make it.
Hello and welcome back to the EA Sports FC Pro Open. My name is FG and what a cracking round one it was. But now we're back to focusing on Group A. Just before that, let me remind you of the rules. The top two from each group will go through to the finals on February the 3rd, and the top four automatically qualify for the qualifiers next year. Bottom place will have to do it all again. Joining me on today's hostette is the man with the best fade in London TN25 and our very own Brandon Smith. How are we feeling, gents?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Refreshed, ready to go again.
What a round of fixtures we've got in store. It's round two. It's where the business starts, isn't it, Brandon?
It does. It's because it's the time we find our first two players, FG, that qualify for the FC Pro Open finals, where the money really starts to come into play. And there's two players that are what you could say one win away from doing that.
Absolutely. As we see the graphic for Group A, in round one it was Emre and Umut, but Hidalgo's still there, and of course we've got Lukas and Mark 11T. And how do you see tonight going?
Oh, I think it'll be very, very difficult. I think mentality is going to play a big, big part. You know, first and second, Emre and Umut, you want them, they want to obviously go in and be confident moving forward. So hopefully they can do it.
We can see the Group A standings right now. Emre Yilmaz and Umut, as we said, 10 points apiece. Hidalgo with 6, Lukas with 3, and Mark 11 with 0. But there's something interesting going on, isn't there, TN? With Umut, he's got the first game off. We'll have a look at the fixtures in a moment. And then the next game is against third place Hidalgo, so it's shaping up nicely already, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting. You can see them coming in and they look pretty relaxed, look very, very chilled, probably because it's cold outside as well. That could play a part, but they look very relaxed considering, you know, top two have to go through.
Brandon, what do you make of this, mate? Look at this, players walking in, you know, they've got swagger. They all look very, very relaxed, don't
They're
they?
getting the A-star treatment, aren't they? Here, walking into our studio. There's the fixtures coming for Emre Yilmaz takes on Lukas in game one, in round one, you should say, and Hidalgo taking on Mark 11. You're right to say Umut can just relax this round and get ready to go in round two.
How do you see this round going, TN? We've seen the fixtures there. I want your early predictions.
It'll be hard for me to look past, you know, Emre right now. He's just, his confidence is flowing. Obviously, the first round, he was not struggled a little bit, but it took him a while to get into his stead, obviously playing Umut, but you could see him go from strength to strength, and I think it'll pretty much be the same thing.
Well, all is to come. We want to know your predictions, of course, in the Twitch chat down below. We're not alone, by the way. We've also got the man who's slightly shorter than me, Richard Buckley, and the best dressed here, as always, Gravison. How are we doing, gents?
You're today the best dressed, man. That's a good fit.
I'll say I'm the tallest. We'll go with that one, shall we?
He hosted out 4 minutes and he's already telling lies. Grav, it's a pleasure to have you here on the analysis desk. We're going to be looking at Mark 11 versus Hidalgo. It's our featured match of round one. I want to wind the clock back 4 weeks to when they matched up on the first week of action. It was a Mark 11 that we didn't really... It was poor, let's be honest. But Hidalgo was ruthless in the final third.
Yeah, I think this was just a really good example of what Hidalgo did last time they played. He was just confident, and you know, sometimes you have that tunnel vision when you're playing. Hidalgo could see just out wide because that roulette was amazing, and that was not the only time he did it.
We'll continue this discussion while we walk over to the draft board because you played Mark 11 just this week. How was he?
He was good. He was good. I think he was better than what we saw here. Offensively, he was really, really good. I think you could compare what he did to what he's doing now to what he did last year, especially being a vice world champion. But I don't know. It just doesn't matter that much if you don't come here and perform. But I think Mark could potentially be, I don't know, winning 2-3 matches today.
Well, let's wait and see. Before we get into action, as always, we're going to look at the drafts that have been selected by our competitors this evening. If you are just joining us and you did miss the draft show, the requirements for tonight, 8 million coins and 1 item rarity per player. So if you want to use Pele in your squad, that means you can't use the base version of Ruud Gullit as well. Let's have a look at our opening draft here then, Grav. It is Hidalgo's team. As you can see, just if you didn't understand before, this is how the drafts are made up with the different variant types of item. Eusebio, talk me through that because it's a hefty price tag to play for an icon.
Yeah, we talked about him just 15 minutes ago on the pre-show. I think he's the best striker you can get for that budget because R9 is way too expensive for these requirements, and I think Eusebio is really good, same as Militao.
What about down here at centre-back? Winter Wildcards, Eder Militao, I think it's about 750, 800k when the squads were locked in. Is he worth that budget?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
Is he worthy of the price tag?
I think so, because of the playstyle, because of the pace, and because of the defense. I think he is. I mean, especially if you play besides Van Dijk, because Van Dijk is tall, he's really good defensively, but he's not that quick. Militao is just quick.
Well, Mark 11's team, on the other hand, he needs 12 points to make it pretty spicy at the top of the table. This is the Warriors that will be going out onto the pitch for him. Nkunku Winter Wildcard. He's a unique player. No one else has selected him here this evening. What is it that you like about Nkunku, and what would it be that Mark likes about Nkunku?
I think it's just agility in a way, and we're gonna see Mark using the 4-3-2-1, same as last year, and we could potentially see Nkunku as a CM, maybe attacking a little bit more, and I think it might remind him of the Nkunku he used last year.
One final point before I let you go.
Yeah.
Sleeper pick at right back, Spinazzola. Is he one of the best budget players that you could get in this team?
I think it's gonna be, I don't know. He's gonna be good attacking, but 80 defending, 73 physical. I think when he's matching against Mbappe or Hansen, and that's gonna be a tough opposition to play against, and he's not that good defensively.
Well, it's not just us here this evening on the FC Pro Open. We've also got the amazing Frankie Ward, who caught up with Hidalgo just before kickoff.
Thank you very much, FD. Yeah, I'm backstage in the player lounge, and all the players have been practicing very hard to get ready for this all-important night of matchups. And Hidalgo, for you, what have you been focusing on in practice?
Yeah, especially on the build-up, creating opportunities. So I'm especially focusing on that, and in the transition, in defense especially, how I defend the fast attack on my opponent. So I think it will be a good tournament.
Do you think you'll need to make any risks tonight in terms of the way that you're playing? So have to go maybe more aggressive than you're comfortable with?
No, it's like every match is different. I have analyzed all of my opponents, so each of one plays in one way. So I will play what I need to win.
How does Mark 11 play?
He plays like Brazilian player, like really happy with too much skills, and he usually make the same. So I will try to stop it.
I'm interested to see this matchup now. Happy, but with too many skills. Thank you very much, Hidalgo. Good luck tonight. Mark 11. It's great to see you back here in London. For you, what were your takeaways from week one, and how are you going to bring those learnings into tonight's performance?
It was pretty bad. It was a tough game week, I'd say. Yeah, I wasn't really great. I had not much experience coming into it because didn't play before, but hopefully this time around I can get 1 point at least.
What are your goals for tonight?
To get a point? No, I hope that I can actually do well and give my opponents a bit of a challenge, because I've conceded also the most goals in tournaments, so hopefully I can lock up defensively and then score some goals, which is what I'm good at.
And you've been able to watch all the other groups as well. For you, who's the strongest player in this entire tournament?
Emre Yilmaz or PH is in. They're you can't defend them. They're ridiculous.
Well, we get to see you try and defend against Emre Yilmaz tonight, so good luck with that rematch. Let's head back, however, to our commentators, because we've got FG on the desk and we've got BG in the commentary booth.
Thank you very much, Frankie. It might be a new year, but the commentary names keep coming for me and Gravis. Happy New Year, amigo. Welcome back to the FC Pro Open. Looking forward to week 5?
Week 5, yeah. And I gotta tell you, I don't know if I prefer BG or what was it?
Grabson?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think they're getting slightly worse. But Frankie, keep them coming in across the next couple of weeks. As we said, we are back for week 5 now. We're back in Group A. And at the end of play tonight, we'll be finding 2 players that will be going straight through to the EA Sports FC Pro Open Finals, where all the cash comes into play. Let's remind ourselves of what happened last time, that these guys did go head-to-head in terms of the results. It was safe to say there was a lot of goals that were scored, Gravison. Look at the scorelines on both sides. 7 was the magic number. 7 for Emre Yilmaz against Lukas, and 7 for Hidalgo against Mark. I do agree, though. I think hopefully, and for FootWiz's sake, they'll be praying that a different Mark comes out to play tonight.
And I think he will. I don't know. You remember the first time we saw Mark here, just over a month ago? He felt kind of, I don't know, not that confident, not that happy, not the usual Mark we see. You know, Mark, he's just happy, he's funny, and we didn't see that Mark even in the hotel or talking beforehand. And now he just seems more relaxed, and I think he's going to perform really good today.
And if you're not aware of this Mark 11 by any means, last year was a Vice World Champion in the biggest tournament of all, $300,000 on the line. He only lost in a penalty shootout. The smallest of margins, wasn't he, from being a world champion. The only player from Australia that made it into this FC Pro Open 2. He's got a massive task on his hands tonight. I think, obviously, it goes without saying the qualification route may be off the cards, but more importantly, that top 4 spot is up for grabs. If you're not aware, if you finish top 4 out of the 5 players in the group, you do re-qualify automatically for next year's Open qualifier, which will save you a lot of game plan, a lot of stress.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, if you're a professional player, if there's a chance that you don't play the online qualification system, that's better for you, because it's hard.
Especially from Oceania, Gravison. There's going to be 1 or 2 spots there. There's not going to be many spots at all unless he moves over to Europe.
Yeah, and the Australian players are playing crazy good right now. So you just gotta, if you can, you gotta go for that top 4 spot, because you don't want to play those online qualifiers.
On the other side for Hidalgo, he's back in town again. The Spaniard looking to cause an upset here. If you haven't been keeping an eye on him, he's been rocking that FC Pro item Sadio Mane, which, by the way, if he was to qualify tonight, would go to a 91 rated. The Al Nassr striker of Senegal could be having a serious upgrade tonight. Well then, we may have had a couple of weeks off for the festivities, but we're back underway officially for this year, and more importantly, week 5 of the EA Sports FC Pro Open. We're bringing you Group A action again from week 5. In just a few hours' time, we'll find our first 2 of 8 players that will be going through to the finals at the start of February this year. Hidalgo kicking us off with the first attack of the game and the first shot, which is on target. And it will be Mark, of course, kicking in that traditional FootWiz strip from right to left.
It really is beautiful, that FootWiz kit, right? I really love him. Sorry. I've been using it for 2 years now, and I just think it looks good on the pitch.
Speaking of competing, Gravison, I didn't realise that you were coming back into the fold.
Yep.
Last Friday you were in the stadium of Sporting Club de Portugal.
Yep.
You're back on the sticks now.
Yeah, I am. I'm happy to be back competing just in the Liga Portugal, because I won't be competing internationally. But it's been fun, and I learned a lot, and I did have the chance to play twice against Mark, and I think he was better than what we saw a month ago.
Speaking of your Liga Portugal route, still unbeaten at the moment. 0-0 in your first game. Looking to go the full way with your club this year. We'll be keeping a close eye on that journey. Keep in mind, we have also got Emre Yilmaz against Lukas that's kicked off in our secondary game here. There's a time green for this coming in from Hansen there.
Embracing my Jose Mourinho, you know, 0-0.
Let's speak about the drafts then. Of course, do get involved at home if you want to get involved. Draft.fcpro.com. An 8 million coin team, but a player of a different rarity. For example, you can only have 1 gold item in your team, then that could come with 1 base icon, then a winter wild card, a Thunderstruck promo player.
And it's all players that are on the market as well. You can't have SBCs in these teams, which then causes more confusion for a lot of these pros that are trying to build their best 11 they can. I think out of all of the requirements and the weeks, this has been the hardest.
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest, but I think it's the most fun out of all of them. I mean, the teams are really good. Whoa, oof, that was close. That was really nice defending by Mark, switching aggressively to Van Dijk. If not, we could have seen just the first goal. I mean, the step overs from Mbappe, they're just crazy good, right?
I mean, it's the direction exit you get with them as well, isn't it? It's a little bit of an acceleration boost with the step overs, which cause all sorts of problems. There's Spinazzola in the brand new promo that many would have seen come out just over the weekend, the Versus promo, Fire or Ice. Here's Mark 11 showing that style of play that we didn't really get to see last time he was here in London. Quick play, brilliant play, and more importantly, a goal that's been coming for quite some time for him in terms of he's had to wait 5 weeks to get back on track and to score an opening goal here. We'll see it again on the replay. It's silky, it's smooth, it's flary. It's just typical Mark 11.
Yeah, the thing is, he faked the shot, the Trivela shot with Valverde, so Hidalgo had to move the keeper to defend that situation. But if you move the keeper, you cannot move your defense. So what he did was just a driven pass to Hansen, then reverse elastico. That was a really good goal.
I mean, you could argue against the run of play in terms of the chances that Hidalgo has had. And Mark leads by a goal to nil here, still. Goalless in our other game.
Really nice. Ooh.
Another chance from distance that time from Hansen, looking for a second. Keep an eye as well today. I know there'll be a lot of people looking for that mystery nation in the chat. It's always the biggest talking point, so it seems, for you guys at home that are watching. Keep an ear out and keep an eye out for a few little hints coming your way. Class finds Valverde, could have actually run on his own there. Look for the one more pass of Eusebio, which is also an interesting talking point. I know you spoke about it in the draft pre-show as well, but he's the only player that's backed the icon of Eusebio. I mean, he does offer you a decent forward build. He's a popular icon, he's an expensive icon. But for some players, he doesn't do enough to get in the team.
I don't know. Sometimes when you're doing things differently, it doesn't work out as well, because you remember Lukas, how he didn't use Mbappe and he used Ginola, and that didn't work out well for him, and I think that could happen to Hidalgo today as well.
Mbappe, the star of the show, once again features in every single one of these teams. Mbappe on a play, off the post, he goes down to ground. Usman Dembele. The referee waves that one away.
That could have been a penalty easily.
It often feels like sometimes if you get the shot away, the referee doesn't necessarily always come back for a penalty there.
German cross.
And it comes, loads of time! And that was a perfect time to arrive for Valverde, who once again just proves what he is in the ascendancy. Not just one of the most popular picks, but can even go as far as getting himself into that team of the year.
And that's an easy goal. I gotta tell you, that's frustrating for Mark, because he did not player switch as quick as he should. It should have been just too quick player switching to Van Dijk. It wasn't as quick because he switched first to Valverde, and that was an easy goal. And you could see the effect of playing with your teammates for the last couple of years. That's a Matti Bonanno goal in a way. We've seen Matías Bonanno do the German cross so many times, and when you play with someone for 2 or 3 years, it's just, you learn things.
Two former teammates at Team Heretics, him and Matías Bonanno out of Manchester City, who is also hoping out for a miracle when it comes to his form in the FC Pro Open. He's in action next week. Keep in mind, there was 9 goals in this game when they played just over a month ago. Hidalgo winning that one. 7 goals to 2. Valverde on the opposite end now, looking to cause havoc. There's Travella, which has come in a few times now, but it has been matched up every single time, Gravison.
Yeah, and we're gonna see a lot of Trivellas coming from Mark. When I played against him in training, he really did a lot of Trivellas, and not only he did them, he faked them as well. So you didn't know what was coming, and I think that's a huge factor in his playstyle, because he didn't have a specific playstyle last time he played here, and I think right now he knows what to do.
Bellingham will interchange with Valverde, the goal scorer of the equaliser for Hidalgo. In no rush to get the ball forward.
Cancelo again with the defense. It's been now 3 times, I think, that he has managed to defend well with Cancelo. Dangerous.
Spinazzola up against Klaas. We know he's got plenty of pace. As the Italian of Roma. Hansen finds Nkunku. There's Pateles. Couple of step overs from Markets. So coming together in the box. Still goalless. If we can have a quick second just to check in next door to the game that's taking place alongside this one. Emre Yilmaz up against Lukas there, Champions League winner, against a player playing in his first ever LAN of his career representing FC Hansa Rostock, the German football club. We'll see this attack play out first. Keeping up for Eusebio, just queuing up on the edge of the box. Usman Dembele and Mbappe all in support. So 4-on-4 at times along the back line there when the fullbacks do overload as they have done. Where is that perfect pass? There's a save off the chest of Van der Sar. You can't be picky as long as he does make a save.
It doesn't matter. Van Dijk, maybe?
Keep an eye out for Van Dijk, all the way it goes over his head as well. Last chance potentially of this half. Remember, 9-minute halves. These are long matches. Again, Spinazzola. He might be one of the newest promo players that have come out, and he might only be about 15, 20k grab, but he's not looked out of place at all. He's come across as a centre-back there.
It's all about the fullbacks with Cancelo and Spinazzola. Oh, that's poor. Last chance.
Try them. Hansen before the added time does come in. Mark 11. Looking for the last laugh. His first 45. Cancelo again, went to wild card. Nkunku, maybe an interesting choice by Mark.
Nice defend.
Runs into traffic, fakes that one well, doesn't he, Hidalgo, to get himself out of that one. We'll leave this one because we've got a bit of news for you in our other game. It was goalless, we heard, and then suddenly a goal arrived between Emre Yilmaz and Lukas. Those are the 2 FC Pro items they've got in their hands, Malin and Kolimawani. And this was the goal that went in just before the half-time whistle. Kylian Mbappe once again announced himself as the main man in this FC Pro Open. 1-0 on the stroke of half-time. That one's just gone into Emre Yilmaz, showing what he can do again. Must remember, he is still unbeaten. 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 draw. If he wins this one, he'll be on for his 4th win.
I mean, it's just incredible. And the way he created chances, specifically in that match against Umut, 18 shots against 5. It was a 4-4 result, but that was just crazy. The way he builds up and the way he creates, like, what, 10, 12 chances per game is just out of this world. We've just seen him from Levy, PH and Emre, I think, in my opinion.
Well, one thing this group has done, Gravs, and it's given us the goals. I think last time we saw 83 goals were scored in total in just one night at the AFC. This is the group that's been bringing the goals. I think our highest goal scoring game as well was an 8-5, 13 goals in it. These players aren't afraid to find the back of the net.
No. I think it was the Umut against Hidalgo, the 8-5 result. And I get it. I get it because they're not defended that well. And then attacking, Mark. I mean, one of the best players attacking in the world. Hidalgo, mechanically gifted, as I said before. And then Emre, Umut, and Lukas. All the Germans are crazy attackers, so it doesn't surprise us.
And no one's going for a clean sheet round here, are they? It's just, we're just going to outscore each other. That's how we're going to be playing our EAFC tonight. We're into half-time, and looks like we're out of half-time pretty swiftly here.
That's a really beautiful football kit, right? The white one. I love it.
Well, speaking of kits, Hidalgo does play for Summer Esports. He's still saying he's waiting on his jersey.
Yep.
I mean, the season started about 4 months ago, Grams, and where's his jersey?
The thing is, he's Spanish. He's from Cordoba, so maybe it's just beneath the hoodie, you know?
He's just used to the cold weather.
Yeah, I don't think he is, man. It's snowing here. It doesn't snow in Cordoba.
Oh, sorry, my Spanish weather knowledge is terrible.
How was the Malaga trip? Was it nice?
It was warm. Warmer than here. We've got snow outside this studio currently in London. We hope this EAFC tonight can warm us all up a little bit. Back on the way for this one. 1-1 is the scoreline as we look to see Hidalgo go 2-1 up here. Eusebio finds Bellingham, so much space on the edge, times it green!
Oh!
Bellingham! Time green, top corner.
Jesus Christ, what a goal.
Thank you very much. How many times have you been teasing the Trivellas? Forget the Trivella. Just take the normal finish, and on that timing.
I don't know about the patch of the finish shots.
we got a special guest who joined at the right time. It's FG. Are you hosting tonight? Are you interviewing? Are you just doing what you want?
Yeah, I'm hosting, mate. Apparently so. But I'm just admiring your work, guys. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much, man.
On signing.
Question to kick this off with, FG.
Yes.
Hero player pick. Who did you get?
I didn't do very well. I got Cola. Yeah.
I mean,
my luck's broken this year. I've not had anything as of yet, so.
Do you know what I got?
who?
Park Ji-sung.
Well,
Interesting.
he's not bad.
South Korean, played for Man United, had a great spell in the Premier League, and also plays as what, an attacking midfielder and a left midfielder. He's not bad, is he?
Yeah.
That's actually really good. Park Ji-sung. I didn't get Park Ji-sung, did you?
No, but I did have a Korean barbecue last night, so
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Okay.
It was tasty.
You've done well.
I went to Korea in the summer. I went to South Korea in the summer. It was a lovely place.
Did you?
Yeah, I went there on tour with Man City and it was great. I'm glad Son wasn't there because he always scores against us.
Chance comes in. It's defended well. Good food in Korea?
Yeah, very nice. I didn't really know how to use the chopsticks very well. I tried though.
Don't worry, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. What about you? Are you good with the chopsticks?
I'm decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold the chopstick combo for a second. We've got the updated table as it currently stands. This is how things are looking with the current results on the tables. Emre Yilmaz will guarantee himself 13 points on the board. We know that Umut hasn't played yet tonight. Hidalgo will go to 9, which will put the pressure on Umut. And as it currently stands for Lukas and Mark, it doesn't look any better for those two still in 4th and 5th.
Oh my God.
We need to change the table again because Mark might be on his way to his first points here in Group A.
The Mbappe effect.
Stopovers. What? Come on, man.
How do you defend against that? That is an absolutely brilliant goal,
I don't
isn't
think
it?
you can.
I just don't think you do defend, do you?
I mean, the step over, just to do a body feint in the other direction, then step over, just to do the speed boost. I don't think you can defend that. I mean, Brandon, you surely cannot. I cannot as well. Maybe FG can.
There's absolutely no chance. If you can't, then I definitely can. But I tell you what, though, Mark looks a lot more relaxed this week, doesn't he?
Definitely.
It's nice to see. He seems to be playing out of his skin.
We've got another goal to quickly look at as well. Emre Yilmaz, speak about playing out your skin. Looks to be in the same vein of confidence. He won this fixture 7-3 5 weeks ago. He leads by 2 goals to 0, FG.
Yeah, no surprises. What a player. He proved it last time out, and I think he's started as he means to go on.
2-2 here. Certainly not the 9-goal thriller that we saw all that time ago. We're saying it's mental. If Hidalgo was to go on tonight, could we look at a 91 rated Sadio Mane? That would be causing havoc in Weekend League.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of the FC Pro items are incredible, aren't they? The ones that we've got. But Sadio Mane, what do you reckon, Gravison?
I mean, can you imagine playing the Foot Champs? You go like in extra time, you're 3-3, and you see Sadio Mane, 91 rated, coming in, you'd be fuming.
Remember, the only way that would happen is if Hidalgo was to get 10 points on the board and then qualify the top 2 tonight. That would then give him a +2 in terms of the upgrade. I mean, the pace would be frightening, even more frightening than the current 91 it is. Another chance coming in from Mark. Still on his hunt for his first win here in the FC Pro Open. Oh. Defended well by Emre Yilmaz, who his Winter Wild card is certainly quite tasty, just over 500k on the market. This is the updated table now as it looks. Keep an eye on this tonight. Remember, the top 2 that qualify will be playing on the 3rd of February in the finals of the FC Pro Open. They'll also be getting those upgrades on their in-game items. Little player lock teased here once or twice by Mark, and Kunku still going on his own here. Is the Chelsea attacking midfielder.
Maybe a ball roll as well. Do you ball roll when you play FG?
Yeah, I try to. I've been told I have to. Ball rolls. To be honest, the thing that I do really, really well on FC24 is give the ball away. There's not much talent going forward, and I definitely can't defend. So I've got a lot to learn, mate, from someone like yourself.
All I say is just get your head down and flip the stick.
How do you get on a Weekend League, Brandon?
Non-existent.
I wonder how the Twitch chat get involved. How many wins do you get in the Twitch chat? Let us know in the comments. I'm looking out.
Yeah, I would like to ask the Twitch chat about how many wins do they think that FG does. 13, 11, 8?
Oh, well, let's not go that low. Come on.
I'm sure there'll be a few rank 1 players in the chat watching. Dembele, still, second time of asking, it's fortunate, but he won't care when every single point means so much more tonight.
We can all relate to that goal, right?
It's a huge goal, though, isn't it? It is a huge, huge goal for him, especially with the second round of fixture. I wanted to ask you, Gravison, do you think, of course, he's playing in the game right now, but in the back of his mind, will he know that the next fixture he's got is against Umut? Do you think that'll be playing on him? Is it just simply game by game? Because looking at it, if he wins this one, there's only a point between them.
I think when you're in this situation, you're just focusing on every single match because you just want to get a point. I think you are in a position in which you have this mental block, and then when you get 1 point, doesn't matter if it's a win, at least you get a draw. It changes the whole thing, the whole situation, because you see some kind of light at the end of the tunnel, you know, in a way. You know, when you're on a, I don't know, on a negative mindset and you don't see anything good coming out, but this is similar in a way.
It's like when you go 0-10 in Weekend League and you just keep losing, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know why you're agreeing. You definitely know what it's like to be 0-10 in a Weekend League.
Heung-min Son?
Well, speaking of attacks and goals, Emre Yilmaz has just scored another one. I'll tell you someone that was heavily involved in that, Heung-min Son. I mean, he's got so many special items in this game. We're going to see him laughing just sprinkled into a couple of these teams.
What a player.
Really good goal.
What a player, and he's so loved in his nation as well, isn't he? Heung-min Son.
Yeah, and you guys know I don't follow the Premier League that much, but Heung-min Son against City, is that a thing?
Yeah, you can tell he doesn't need to follow it, because Heung-min Son scores a lot against Manchester City. Well, so thank you for reminding me, mate.
But he's also going on break soon, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, he's going to the Asia Cup.
You happy?
Yeah, I mean, we don't like to play against Tottenham, but to be honest.
3 goals to do. Emre Yilmaz looking not just confident, but defensively squeaky clean at the moment.
Strong, yep.
Yet to concede a goal. We'll see how this corner comes in first. And then we'll jump back to our featured matchup. Class, heavy touch. Spinazzola wins that one back. Let's jump back across then. This game looks to be done. But over here, certainly not the case yet, Gravison. There will be more chances in this one for Mark.
I'm telling you, I was expecting a finesse shot coming from Hansen, but not from Bellingham. It was a really good goal.
Do you think that's sometimes a little tactic, though, that you're so used to Hansen looking for the Trivela or maybe the traditional attackers? When a Valverde or a Bellingham goes for it, you just maybe don't always expect them to take that risk.
Yeah, he didn't move the keeper, and sometimes that happens. You're not expecting the situation, and then you concede a goal. That's why many times we just say you gotta shoot.
Well, speaking of just having a shot, Lukas has done just that. Worked that one out perfectly with Musiala. And made that one 3 goals to 1. That could be big on his goal difference. Even if he's not in the top 2, there is still a top 4 to play for, which we've been saying, FG. Can save players a lot of stress at the start of next year.
It can indeed. And you know what we call that goal, Brandon? We call that the curse of the commentator. He was talking a minute ago about Emre hasn't conceded a goal, but yeah, well done, Lukas. It's top 4 is so important, isn't it?
This could put it to bed. Hansen!
Nice
Van
save.
der Sar gets just enough time to pick it up after making the initial block. FG will leave us now. We'll catch him.
Thank you, guys. Catch up with you soon.
Yeah. See you hosting, bro.
A little while.
Whoa, this is good.
This could be a chance. Correa. Bateles! Oh, off the bar! The angles are just a bit awkward, aren't they, with some of these Trivelas? Keep it on the far-hand side of your screen, and there could be a bit of a counter-attack. There will be.
Van Dijk. Yep.
Just got a toe on it.
Oh, that's a shame.
I mean, do you go for a goal here, Grav, or do you just try and take time out?
I think you have to go for an extra goal because 4 minutes are just a lot.
Taking time off the clock. This is our first round of games here. If you have just tuned in, this is the FC Pro Open Group A, Week 5. 2 players from this group will be finding their way through to the finals. As it currently stands, it looks like it's going to be another defeat for Mark. Unless the referee plays the advantage here, which she does.
Nice defending.
And it looks to be that Hidalgo
Yeah.
will be finding a winning way. He'll be adding more points onto the board, which will certainly look to stack the pressure on.
Maybe one more chance.
Unless there's time for one more chance. Sergino Dest does well just to shake off 1 or 2 players there. Added time of 2 minutes.
Patient.
A point could be huge. It could be huge as well for Emre Yilmaz. And Umut to take the pressure off. Van der Sar, big save, cleared away. And that should do us. Hidalgo goes on to 9 points. And looks ahead at the ifs and buts of what could be tonight, if he is to take one of those top 2 spots. But speaking of what ifs and buts, Mark 11, Gravison, potentially could have had his first point of the game there.
He did play much better than the first week. I don't know if you agree with me. He could have not only got a point of this match, he could have won. Because that last goal was a little bit unfortunate. And I think he did play a little, no, not a little bit better, much better.
A lot better. He didn't concede 7 goals, did he?
Yeah, pretty much. And he defended well. He was really creative on the last third of the game. And this was just a little bit, unfortunately, in a way. But I gotta tell you, yeah, I can relate to that. We can all relate to that.
As far as the winning goal goes, it's not the one that you really want to see there. But the Bellingham goal was superb.
That was superb. And the group right now,
it's getting spicy.
It's getting spicy. It's getting spicy as a Korean barbecue. 13 points from Emre, which is just pretty much the best player in the group right now. 10 points from Umut, sorry.
Yep.
And then 9 points from Hidalgo.
Emre Yilmaz, 1 more win, he's on his way.
Yeah, mathematically, yeah.
Pretty much is on his way there, as we said. Things are looking really spicy here in Group A. Umut's yet to play. He's on 10 points, as we said, out of the 12 last week. But let's go and speak to the man who's just won his first game, back for the new year, and back to winning ways. Hidalgo is joined by Frankie.
Thanks very much, guys. Hidalgo, every match must feel like a must-win for you right now. So how pleased are you with that healthy start against Mark 11?
I'm really happy. The first match is always the most difficult, especially with a player like Mark, vice champion of the world. So yeah, I'm really happy and focus on Umut match.
Going down a goal early on, how did you manage to keep focus and bring it back?
Yeah, I managed to be focused, thinking about the match, what we prepared about Umut, and yeah, only thinking about what I have to do and what I don't have to do. You know.
So when you are 3-2 up and there's still nearly 10 minutes on the clock, what's the decision making? Are you thinking, I need to get another goal to secure this, or are you thinking ultra defensive all the way?
Both. Like I need to save the match. If the match ends 3-2, it's good for me. I don't need more goals. But if I have a chance, I will try to score because it's important for the goals and maybe for the top 2 fight. So yeah.
Hidalgo still in with a chance of making those grand finals. So congratulations on the win. I'll let you get ready for Umut as we head over to the breakdown board.
Thank you very much, Frankie. Great to hear from Hidalgo. He continues his hunt for the top 2 and everyone chasing Emre Yilmaz. I think you heard it on the commentary, that third goal a little bit scrappy. So what we're going to do here on the breakdown board is look at the second goal by Hidalgo to put him 2-1 up. Tien, talk me through it, because the one word I've got for this is audacious.
Yeah, I mean, he's just really taken his time and just really worked it. You can see he's playing it on the wing with Davies, just taking his time almost, trying to find those little gaps, cuts it back to Eusebio, and again, it's just about trying to pull those players out.
If we just pause it there, right now, you can sort of see the space that he's wanting to operate in.
Yeah, for sure.
And you talked about sort of taking his time, being patient. He was just waiting for that space to open up. And when it opened up, ridiculous.
Yeah,
finish.
I mean, you don't even think about shooting from there normally. And I think because of that, Mark doesn't move the keeper. So the keeper's standing near post. And it's done to perfection. Timed green. And I mean, finesse shots, they say they've been patched, but that's a fantastic effort.
Jude Bellingham, 80 long shots, 76 curve, 84 shot power. You'd be a little bit annoyed, wouldn't you? You'd be a little bit annoyed with that flying into the back of the net. Hidalgo doesn't care. He goes up to sort of close the distance, you've got to say, on Umut and Emre Yilmaz. FG, the table's getting a little bit spicy.
It is indeed. But before we show you the table, thank you very much, Richard, let's have a look at the results from round one, the round one set of games. Emre Yilmaz with a 5-1 win over Lukas, and then Hidalgo in that game beating Mark 11 by 3-2. And as Richard just said, after round one, the table is looking spicy. It is indeed, because the next round of fixtures is Hidalgo against Umut. It's Emre leading with 13 points. Umut's first game is in round 2 against Hidalgo, and Lukas is on 3 and Mark 11 is on 0. Don't forget that the longer you watch the broadcast tonight, the more you are in line to receive rewards in the game, including XP and packs. Be sure to link your EA account to your Twitch or YouTube account to get your viewership rewards. Umut is in the building and looking to continue to climb the table after his fine form in week 1. After the break, he's up against Hidalgo. Last time this finished 8-5 to Umut, so expect goals. We'll see you soon.
PlayStation.
Welcome back to the FC Pro Open, and I'm delighted to be joined by Umut before his first match of the day. Tell me how relaxed you're feeling about your chances of making the final.
I'm not relaxed, I'm focused, so I have 10 points, I have a good position, but still I have to win 2 games or 1 game. I don't know what I need to receive the quarterfinals, but still I have to win at least 1 game, so yeah, I have to concentrate.
Well, looking ahead to your match against Emre later tonight, how do you feel about your chances? Because last time you said you were disappointed in your performance.
Yeah, I was not disappointed from the result. I mean, a draw against Emre is good. He's one of the best players, but I didn't play so good. So this time I want to play much better because, yeah, I know I can play better.
Do you think you're going to press him right back this time?
Let's see. I don't know. I will just see how the games work, and then we can see.
You're a fan of a big budget draft. What did you think of the squad building requirements tonight?
Yeah, it's something different with the special cards from each event, just 1 player. It's interesting. So 8 million is also good. I think the team is quite good.
What's the most unexpected item on your draft tonight?
I think company. No one is using him, so I think he's good. He's not crazy good, but still he's decent.
I know he's popular with the talent. Before I let you go, this matchup against Hidalgo, he could play spoiler tonight. How do you think it's going to go down?
Can please?
Hidalgo.
Yeah.
He's your next opponent,
Yeah.
your first opponent of the night.
Yeah.
How do you think this is going to go down? Is it going to be easy for you?
No, easy of course not. He's very good, but I think also like the first game for me is the most important one. I think when I win this match, it's mostly done. Then I'm qualified because like he's the one who's third. He has 6 points. If I win this, it should be over.
I noted though at one point you did say when I win. So let's find out how Umut does as we head over to FG and the boys on the desk.
Thank you so much, Frankie. First things first, Tien, we have to address the Vincent Company. He is very good, and I'm a big fan of that. Are you happy with him having that in the team? Would you have him in yours?
I mean, it'd be very difficult to say no. I think him and Van Dijk are a bit similar. I'd want a bit more pace, me personally, but you know, can't argue with the Vincent Company.
He also did say in that one that he was not relaxed, he was focused. I love that. He looks like a man on a mission, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, during that interview, you could see it in his eyes. He looks ready. He knows that this game pretty much is not a decider, but it helps him go a long way, and I think he'll be knowing that and focused, ready to go.
And of course, we have got the fixtures coming up, so it is Umut against Hidalgo coming up very, very soon. Let's take a look at the round 1 results, so the ones from week 1. It was Umut and Hidalgo 8-5. Goals, and goals, Tien.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of goals if you look at it there, and I'm hoping that today is going to be more of the same. They probably want to try and keep a tight defence, but, you know, goals wins games, and they're going to want to score.
And, of course, Lukas as well with a 5-1 win. He'll be looking to get some points on the board today as well.
Yeah, I mean, it would be crucial for him to get some points on the board. I think it will do well for his confidence as well moving forward, so he's going to want to do well today.
Well, let's go and have a look at Umut's draft because it's the first time he's going to feature in this. So you head over to Mr. Richard
Come on,
Buckley.
my way, Rich.
Come on over, mate.
Share your
Come
knowledge
on,
with
mate.
us, Buckley.
Come on over. I will, because I've got plenty of knowledge to share. FG. Tien, it's Umut's team that's going to be in the focus right now. There is 2 players in this team that are unique to Umut, and he spoke one of them into existence with Frankie. Vincent Company at the back. You said you weren't the biggest fan. He's got so many defensive play styles. 4 out of the 6 he possesses. Good reactions, great play style plus, anticipate plus. What is it that you maybe don't like about him? Do you think you've got 2 centre-backs who are too similar, maybe?
Yeah.
I like two units at the back.
I think for me, it's just, like you mentioned, they're just very, very similar in that regard. I think for me, I'd want someone with maybe a little bit more pace, maybe like a Varane or a
Pace
Militao.
splits.
Yeah.
Sprint speed over acceleration in Company.
Exactly. So I think for me personally, I would just want someone that can, you know, just manoeuvre and cover a little bit quicker because Virgil van Dijk's always going to be that presence and he's so good this year. So.
In at right back as well, every single player tonight has used a different right back. Kyle Walker, Winter Wildcard, is the man in use here. Again, the pace split on Kyle Walker, 86 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. He's got block plus as his play style plus. Not maybe what you want from your playstyle plus?
I think it kind of depends. I mean, the item itself is a fantastic item. I think maybe he's probably more defensive of the 2. When you look on the other side, you do have Davies, who's able to get forward and really, you know, do a lot more of the attacking work. So I think Walker's probably there for a more defensive style. And yeah, I think if it works for him, he'll be happy.
Well, let's see Umut in action. His first game here tonight. It's going to be a big one. And we're going to head it over to the commentators for this, Brandon and Gravison.
Thank you very much, Rich. Yes, we are back for round 2. And more importantly, we're back to see Umut in action for this year in 2024. Fun fact about Umut, he made $400,000 just last year.
Just last year.
Just last year. $400,000. And he's already been a world champion once in his career as well. So he's
not doing bad.
If he wants to just say, you know what, I'm going to bother today. I've done enough in my career. He doesn't want to do that, obviously. He's got an incredible draft. We'll be speaking about it, Gravis, as we jump into this one. He was involved in the most goal-scoring game we saw in this group 5 weeks ago. The 8-5 we spoke about, it was against Hidalgo. 13 goals were scored in this game. Are we going to see that again tonight?
I mean, I don't think we're going to see that because the defense now with Van Dijk, with Lucio, with Company, with Walker, I don't think you're able to score 8 goals right now against those defenders. But when you talk about Umut, anything is possible.
Well, let us know in the chat at home. Did you do that Renan Lodi SPC? Because my hand's up, I didn't. Did you?
I did.
You did?
I did, obviously.
Okay, my hand's down then. I didn't do the SBC. You can't buy him on the market. There is a chance that he could also get another upgrade tonight as well, if Umut was to qualify for the finals. There's his stats so far in this tournament. 3 wins, 1 draw. He has remained unbeaten, and he has been a goal-scoring machine. Not just that, he was actually involved in the lowest scoring game in this group, as well as the highest scoring in a 2-1 win 5 weeks ago also. He's got both sides to his game, and you wouldn't have seen it, but just before we kicked off tonight, coach of RB Leipzig, Daniel, had a little PowerPoint up in front of him that was just breaking down Hidalgo's gameplay style, and that's what a coach will give you.
Yeah, and it makes a huge difference right now, because back in the days, it was just you playing against another person, and that was what mattered. But now, I mean, you have coaches, you have psychologists, you have nutritionists, you have everything, and that makes a huge difference, especially in a club as big as Red Bull Leipzig.
Looking at their success as well, 2v2 world champions last year, him and his teammate Anders Vergang, who is also in this tournament. Top 8 in the EA Sports Cup, another big 2v2 tournament, which took place this time last year. Maybe looking for more success on the big stage this time round. Finds Ginola, one of his first real chances of the game. It's something looking to get cooking here. Adam Militao does just do enough to get in the way. Of course, kicking from right to left in that RB Leipzig strip. Alexa Mateles looking for the cutback to Kyle Walker, of all players, who does feature in this team alongside a former teammate in Vincent Kompany. What do you make of that one? I mean, he has got 81 pace and he has got quite a decent hero build.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's the best centre-back that we are going to see today. I think he's slightly better than Van Dijk. I don't know if you agree. Have you tried him? Because I haven't.
I haven't been lucky enough to pack him. As I said, from a hero, it was part of Ji-sung I got. The South Korean winger. Let us know at home that 86 plus hero player pick or bonus item. Let us know who you got in that one in the comments below. We've got a goal in this one. Marco up against Lukas, and it is Footwiz that does lead by a goal to nil. We'll see the cutback again. Mbappe puts on a plate to Ginola, times it green. No doubt about that one.
That shot cancellation from Mbappe. Beautiful, beautiful.
I could hear it. It was that beautiful. 5-1, Lukas beat Mark when they played against each other last time. Looking to get some serious revenge. And more importantly, there is a world tonight where Mark could overtake Lukas, and that would shake things up, because as we said, if you finish in the top 4, you do get an invite to next year's FC Pro Open tournament. That's the qualification stage you will get invited to, so you'll be able to basically skip the online qualifiers, which handful, thousands, tens of thousands of players will have to sign up for. So there is something to play for, even if you can't get a sniff in that top 2. Here's Hidalgo, looking to open up the scoring tonight, unable to do so.
I think he wanted to pass the ball to Eusebio. If he would have done that, I think that would be 1-0 right now, but he passed it to Dembele instead. Wasted chance, huge chance.
Bellingham. Hansen interchanged with Alphonso Davies, who will to cause havoc. He's making it look so simple, is Umut. But it really isn't that simple. Just moved the ball from left to right, and it just seemed like there was another option every single time. It went from Bateles to Bellingham, from Valverde into the feet of Mbappe. He just turned and pressed shoot. Timed it green, 1-0.
Bad defending. He switched to Hansen instead of Davies. He wasn't quick enough, and he gave him the chance to just make an easy goal. So I think that was a big mistake on Hidalgo, but Umut just puts you in situations in which if you don't defend perfectly, you just concede goals. And you know, I played against Umut this weekend, training.
This weekend?
This weekend.
Who did you not play against this weekend, Graham? Did you play against Anders again as well?
No. He doesn't want to play against me. He thinks I'm a bad FC player. He told me last you know, he told me last time, yeah.
I don't know if he's listening, Anders. Can you give Gravison a game again?
Please, because, you know, I'm just...
So you played against Umut, you played against Mark. Did you play against this whole group?
No, not this whole group. And you want to know how the result was against Umut?
Go on.
1-7. He destroyed.
1-7?
Yeah.
Please say you went 1-0 up. No?
That wasn't me. He's just really good, and he puts you in situations in which, as I said before, if you don't defend perfectly, you will just concede a goal.
We'll speak more about that as Mbappe looks to double the leads. He's just threading the needle through that defence of his. Mbappe just on side, but we have to speak about the pass that comes in. 3-2-1 here.
The timing of the pass. It's just amazing. The player switching was good, but the passing, just the timing was better.
And just that little time in there of Van Dijk, just being pulled out a second too early.
Yeah, and I mean, we haven't talked properly about this. This is a huge match for Hidalgo, because if Hidalgo loses this match, he's 4 points behind Umut. It could be GG for him in this tournament. So, I mean, we gotta talk about the importance of this game. If Hidalgo wins, he's alive. If he loses, I'm not gonna say it's over for him, because it's not like that, but it's gonna be tough for him.
Well, here's it as it stands now. This is Group A. As we said, top two go through tonight. And with the current scoring, can Hidalgo get one back on the timing of the commentators? Yes, he can. He says, take that off the screen. I'm not done yet. But you are absolutely right, Gravison. This is a massive game for Hidalgo. He's coming off the back of his first win tonight. 3-2 win against Mark 11. And that's his first goal here again. The only goal player that features in these teams with the rarity rules and the squad building requirements in today. Lovely little twist from Mbappe there. Nothing too fancy about it other than a shift of the body. A big goal there, because if Umut was to go 3-0 up, you're starting to look at an 8-5 potentially that could be on the cards again.
Yeah. And I don't know if... I mean, it's still early. There's lots to play, but I'm not sure if I was in Hidalgo's shoes, if I would be happy with a draw. I don't know. He still has to play. He still has to score more goals. And he obviously cannot afford to lose. But I'm not sure if he's happy with 1 point in this match.
There will be a time where he has to go out and just really be aggressive. You're right to say if he loses this game, he'll be 4 points away. It looks to be that case as well. Umut makes it 3-1. And that's the perfect way to respond after just conceding a goal.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Just beautiful FC.
How does he find this space, Gravison, every time?
He just triggers a run with Valverde, so you gotta defend a run, because if you don't, that's a driven pass, that's a goal. But when he did create that space, Alexia was intelligent enough to just run in the other angle. And that was just an easy driven pass, an easy green time shot, easy goal. That's all timing. I mean, we could, like, Umut, the way he creates runs is just out of this world. But the timing he has, especially in the second goal and the third one, crazy. Crazy good.
Could be a chance. Dembele, big save. He's a player that was actually questioned by a few pros backstage. Hidalgo was speaking so highly of Ousmane Dembele. I believe it's his Champions League item.
No.
And Mark was just saying, yeah, he's got 5-star skill moves, yeah, he's got 5-star weak foot, but his shooting is just not reliable.
I agree with Mark 100%. Even though he's 85, 86, something like that, I don't think it's good enough.
Well, speaking of Mark 11, he must hear us because good things are coming for the Aussie. 2 goals to nil he leads. He's on his way to his first win in the FC Pro Open, which will put him level on points with this opponent in Lukas. There's a world tonight where we could be seeing this table shaken up a little. He'll be on his way, looking for goal number 4 before half-time. Oh. I was just doing a bit of research before coming into this matchup.
That was
and
really
every
good.
single 1v1 LAN that Umut played last year, he always made it into the knockout stages. He's not a player that gets group gravis, and I'm talking across 2v2, 1v1, Virtual Bundesliga, EA Sports Cup, playoffs, E-Champions League. This is a player that always makes it to the final stages. Might not necessarily win them all.
I mean, ECL in 2021, ECL 2022, he might not win, but top 4, top 6, top 8 every single time.
He's always there in the conversation, isn't he?
Yeah.
And that's the table as it stands now. Mark might not have goal difference in his favour, but he will be level on points with Lukas.
And 2 more matches to be played. And Mark still has to play against Umut and Emre. And imagine if he beats...
He can take points off those boys.
Yeah, definitely.
More importantly, keep in mind our next match tonight in round 3, we'll see Umut take on Emre Yilmaz, former world champion, against the current E-Champions League winner. It's not a bad game to enjoy at the halfway point tonight. Added time of 1 minute. Umut will have the final chance of the half if he wants to try and go forward. Part of me feels like he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I think this is going to be it.
And speaking of half-times, half-time in Mark's game. Mark 11 leads 2 goals to nil against Lukas, and in our feature matchup, 3 goals to 1 Umut leads against Hidalgo. It's just been a case for Hidalgo as well. Some of the ways that Umut's been attacking, there's just been these pockets of space that I didn't even know existed, but Umut did know.
I think Umut play style is just... He plays in a way in which if you're not really methodical, you're gonna lose. Because the way he just creates runs with the center midfielders, the way he creates runs with the fullbacks, you just right switch a lot, but it's not enough because you're always late. You're always late. And I mean, he's a rich guy, right?
You can see the career winnings. 400,000 of that money was just last year. Obviously, he won the World Championships a few years back. That was $250,000. $650,000 this man has made from playing this game. He's got his own clothing brand. He has been one of the forefront players. You've got to remember, from Germany here as well. How difficult is it to be seen as a player from Germany? There are so many of them. You remember a few months back, I should say, in the FC Pro Open Global Qualifier, there were so many German names, and it feels like every year new names appear. He has been the forefront for quite some time now.
Yeah, it feels like every single year we're in this position and we told you there's a new youngster, German, he's 16, he's crazy good, but Umut is still there every single year. I mean, Umut and Dulen Mike, those 2 players, they feel like they're just so old. They're 20, 21.
And they've made that money. It's ridiculous, Graverson. Back underway for the second half here. Remember, this is a must-win game for Hidalgo. It puts pressure on the top 2. It makes tonight even more interesting. And speaking of pressure, it would really shake up round 3.
And we have someone joining us.
Hello.
Over here.
Bellingham for Umut, who kicks from left to right in the start of the second half. We speak about special guests. We always get one at half-time here.
Yep.
Well, we've got another one. who might just be coming at the perfect time. TN25 joins us.
Hello.
In
How
the
are
commentary booth.
Hello.
You've had the chance to watch this one on the sidelines. I mean, Umut has looked dangerous, bearing in mind he had to sit out the first round.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he's played the game already. He just looked so composed, so methodical, just taking his time, and it's working, evidently.
$650,000 as well from playing this game.
Money, I can't even dare to think, to be honest. It's a lot of winnings, but you can see why he's very composed and he's earned every dollar, really.
Yep, I agree with you.
As I said, he's been the forefront of this game, of this e-sport, for quite some time.
I mean, 2020, he just burst into the scene, winning.
Was it Atlanta? He came top 2.
Yeah.
He was a PlayStation champion, but lost to Elito in the final.
Yeah, that's it. So it's just 4 years.
Valverde, it wasn't time green, but it's better from Hidalgo that he's just creating more, he's offering more.
You can see the confidence is building slowly, and he's trying to work his way back into the game. And again, it's 9-minute halves. I think that's the thing we have to remember. There's a lot of time to stay concentrated.
Oh, what a save! And the Sard just does enough.
It's a huge save.
And to add to your point, Tien, there was 13 goals in this game they played last time.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of goals, and it goes to show that, you know, the game doesn't stop, the quality doesn't stop, and anything can happen.
Have you done the Renan Lodi SBC?
No, I didn't.
Shame
I've
on
only
you.
started getting back into SBCs like this year. I said to myself, this is the year I'm going to try and do every single SBC. It doesn't even sound realistic, but I'm going to try and do every single SBC.
Well, even like an Mbappe player of the month that might,
Do you know what I did?
you know, just ruin the club.
I did the 92, then the 93 came out. I said, part of me really wants to, but it doesn't make sense realistically.
Wait for the 94. Here's Dembele, Hidalgo looking for another goal back. Davies.
Nice defending. Nice defending.
I think that's the big point there, Gravison. Umut, as much as he's great offensively, defensively still so sound.
And offensively?
Could be in trouble. Hansen on for 4. Timed it red. We always say it, when you get too much time in those areas, sometimes you just mess it up.
I mean, they're probably so used to the game speed being like 100 miles per hour. When you actually have time, it's like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Goal back in that one. We're just going to quickly jump across here. As you said, Lukas 2-0 down against Mar, makes it 2-1. Remember, them two are currently 4th and 5th respectively in the table.
And this is a good chance. No, offside. And Tien is really, really right in this opinion, because when you're a pro player, you're playing with this tunnel vision, in which if you have milliseconds, you just do something.
Yeah,
but if you have...
Hold that second. What is going on? Eusebio! Cry for a penalty. No, get back up on your feet. Eusebio was just absolutely battling there between the two defenders.
I think Van Dijk tackled the keeper. I saw that correctly.
Fighting for the batch, right?
That's how the saying goes, and I think Eusebio might just be doing that.
Yep.
Couple of seconds there defensively, which weren't great from Umut. Kyle Walker couldn't keep that one in play. Van Dijk class. Eusebio. Hidalgo desperate for a goal back now. Here is Eusebio steal.
Nope, not good enough. The sprint dribbling was good, but then he had to do something else. Wasn't good enough. Whoa.
I think I might have been wrong about Company as well. He's been really, really solid. Him and Van Dijk have been a great partnership at the back.
They just both offer you such unique bodies, in-game stats that not that many defenders can. We'll see this attack come in. We've heard roars in our other game. Let's go over to it as soon as we can. Which way has it gone? It's Mar leading 3-1. Or has there been an equaliser? It looks like it has been an equaliser at the back. Pele, who may not have done much in that one, other than just try and battle for the ball. Mbappe pulls around him. It's not a goal that Mark want to see again, especially when you think back to the goal that he conceded to lose the game against Hidalgo. Lukas makes it 2-2 and could be on the verge of snatching those extra 2 points away from Mark.
Oh, that's huge for Lukas.
Could take loads of pressure off his shoulders.
Yeah. Oh.
Hidalgo has looked the better of the two in this second half, but defensively Umut still has done enough.
It's that final third. If he can get something going in that final third, maybe a goal in the next 5 to 10 minutes, then he's got all the momentum moving forward.
Massive switch of play, finds class. That's his Europa League item, which is carried through with Marseille's run in the tournament. There's a Trivela, which isn't timed green at all, but still looked dangerous.
Yeah. He has to score at least one goal.
Yeah.
Before the 80 minute. Good defending. Valverde's class.
He's got it again. Moving.
So many promo items as well, hasn't he, Valverde? Mbappe, Hidalgo is desperate for one of these goals to go, and it would just change the game so much. Trivela, no. Mbappe, yes! No!
Oh, what a save!
That is
Van der Sar.
a great save from Van der Sar.
Who once again will prove his worth as one of the best goalkeepers in this game. Just flies out of the goal, parries it away around from a corner, but you're only going to get so many chances, Gravison, against Umut.
Yeah.
And they're running out.
I don't know if you guys remember the Anders against Abumaka game. The way Anders moved the keeper.
Yeah.
Like
Scary.
crazy, yeah, crazy good. Now, Van der Sar. That goalkeeper movement, really good.
Top notch.
Well, this is the table as it currently stands with the results in hand. As we said, Mark 2, Lukas 2. That would then put Lukas on 4 points. Hidalgo would still remain on 9, but it would join Emre Yilmaz on 13 points, as both of those two would go into that really important round 3 game, which basically really puts the nail in the coffin of who is going through as the #1 name in this Group A. There is just under 10 minutes left in Mark's match. We'll leave it for a moment. We'll try and get the final moments of that, just to see if there's going to be a winner. We'll keep you up to date with that one. 15 minutes just under that left to play here. For Umut, just to see the game out, Tien, or to get one more goal?
I was literally about to ask Grav. I was going to say, I think for me personally, I'm not good at holding the ball and trying to see the game out, so I have to try and go forward, maybe seal one more. It's probably not the smartest move, but I would probably do that. Grav, what do you think? What would you do? You're our pro.
Yeah, you have to keep the ball as much as you can, in my opinion. The way he's doing, control the ball, sprint dribbling a little bit. You get the chance to do an easy pass to striker, and then you score one goal.
Yeah.
I think you gotta score at least one goal, because if not, like, your opponent is gonna just press you.
Yeah.
But I think Umut did the right thing there.
See the run that was cued by Valverde. Getting into a dangerous area now, Eusebio. Hidalgo, he's done a good job there of just pushing him around.
Oh.
Sort of away from the goal. The angle then became too much for Eusebio to seriously have an effort of scoring, and you can just see where he's got offensive now as the offside. Ginola.
Onside.
No, he's not. He's onside to conclude the tie. Umut, he will. 4 goals to 1. Game, set, match. 13 points will be on the board.
You can see there, he learned from his earlier mistake. You know, last time he went through, this time took his time and was just clinical. Waited for the keeper movement and just punished him.
I really like that word, clinical. Umut has been clinical, Hidalgo has been not, because how many times has he been in situations in which he could skill, maybe shoot, maybe extra pass. He did the wrong thing, I think 3 or 4 times now. And that's what happens in this level of competition.
Well, speaking of clinical, sorry to interrupt you, Gravison. Mark 11 could be on his way to his first win in the FC Pro Open. It's Virgil van Dijk.
And on that note, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll catch you guys soon.
Yeah. See you, Tien.
Thank you for Tien for joining us. Unfortunately, leaves at the best point, but he's got to get back to the hosting desk. Massive goal going in. Mark 11 looks like he's on his way to his first 3 points. If you are someone that has got Matt Gemrau, 84 rated item, he's on his way to an upgrade. If
I have.
You have him?
Yeah. Let's go, Mark.
I saw a few people online saying, please get that upgrade for us tonight. We invested in it 5-6 weeks ago. There are 7 minutes left in that game. It's currently in a pause. We will give you both closing stages of the matches here in round 2. That's the table as it stands now. Emre and Umut will match up in the next round tonight. It's the blockbuster matchup between the two giants that have had the most matchups from anyone in this group outside of this tournament too. It was a draw when they last played. They'll be hoping to find a winner this time. Mbappe does score, but it's just too late. But every goal does play a part tonight, remember that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Especially with the goal difference. And you got to grab that top 4 spot. So, what a pass by Valverde.
We'll see again on the replay. Right place, right time for Mbappe. That's a ball. We keep speaking about Valverde. He is the key.
Defensively, physically, he's everywhere.
Added time of 2 minutes to come in. We'll wait for a full-time whistle and then we'll jump straight across as soon as we can. To give you the lowdown in a match that means a lot towards the bottom of the group here. Can confirm, Umut picks up 13 points. Hidalgo in a difficult position. Umut now will play against Emre Yilmaz in round 3. Let's quickly jump across if we can. Last minute of this one. Mar looking to conclude the game and pick up a big 3 points. Doesn't need to score another goal. He's been in big matches before to know just that.
Ooh.
But he gives possession away.
Maybe.
Added time of 2 minutes. There is enough time to get this ball up the pitch.
Surely not.
Lukas wanting to keep Mark away from him, off his tail.
Oh.
We'll not want to see that pass again. Rafael Varane to conclude the match. Mark on his way to his first win. It's a risky pass, but works out very well. 2 minutes has been played. Gemrau will be getting an upgrade, and more importantly, Mark will be level on points with Lukas in this Group A. Top 4 means something. It really does, and you can see just how much it means there.
I gotta tell you, it's not over for Lukas yet. He still has 2 more matches to play. I know this is a hard defeat, but he has to pick himself up. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to lose that top 4 spot, and you don't want to be playing on those live qualifiers.
As we said, top 4, sorry, from each of these groups will guarantee themselves back in next year's tournament. Finish in the 5th position. It is back to the drawing board completely for next year. But for Mark, he never gave up. There was moments in that game where it swung away from him. The goals he conceded weren't the most fortunate, to say the least. But he kept his head, even with that last chance right at the end of the game, which he probably should have made 4 goals to 2. Does enough to get his first win for Team Footwiz.
He did play really well against Hidalgo. He could have easily draw or even win the game. But now he did play a little bit better. He got his first points of the competition, 3 points. And he's playing against the top of the table now, Umut and Emre.
2 big games. 2 very difficult games, as we said. Our next matches tonight sees Lukas take on Hidalgo, which for Hidalgo, I mean, every game's must win tonight, but for Hidalgo, it just has some sort of conversation in terms of what he could do tonight. But more importantly, Umut against Emre Yilmaz. It's the game to confirm the first name that is definitely going through to the knockout stages. That is round 2 done here in Group A. Still unfinished business to conclude later tonight, but for now, it's back to the desk with FG and the guys.
Thank you very much, Brandon, Smith and Gravison. We've got a full desk here. It's absolutely great. Before we come to you, let's have a look at the results first, shall we? Which will be on the screen for you. Emre Yilmaz, 5-1 win against Lukas and Hidalgo with a 3-2 win against Mark 11. Looking at the table, if we go over to the table now, real quick. As it stands, Richard Buckley, we've got a race for 4th spot, may I say?
Yeah, you could say that. I think when you look at sort of the matches played as well, you're starting to get down. Well, you've only got 6 points left to play for. You've got 4 points left to play for. It's going to be tough, I think, for anyone to catch those 2 at the top. But the race for 4th is well and truly on. Why we say there's a race for 4th? A race for 4th.
A fight for 4th.
There could be a rave if you finish 4th. It's because you don't have to go back through the rigmarole next season of qualifying from your specific country. In Europe, there was over 1,000 players who tried being, one of the 16 who made it to this stage. So it's a real big incentive. It could be a contract extension. It could be that security of, look, I know I'm going to be competing next season, and it's a huge, huge task for one of these players that's not going to be finishing in that 4th spot.
It's a rave for 4th, as Richard Buckley said. We'll clip that one up and put that all over socials. Absolutely, TN. All players have played now. And what are your impressions?
I mean, Emre and Umut, they just look a class above right now. They're just so sharp. They've come in, they've looked so focused. I think five goals for Emre, 4 goals for Umut. They just look so clinical in front of goal, and I think that's where it really, really does start to show. So it'll be interesting to see if they can take it forward, but as of right now, for first games, they look very, very good.
They do, indeed. And Frankie, you've been running around backstage. What's it like, BTS?
BTS, are you a K-pop fan?
Well, Korea, yeah, I'm a Korea fan.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, we'll do some playlists for you. I'll make you a nice Blackpink, a BTS, a Red Velvet playlist for you later on. Absolutely. I know. And shout out to my blinks out there. So yeah, behind the scenes. To be honest, it's been quite chill. Like everyone came in, just got their thoughts, got their head in the game, sat down with their coaches. Emre taking some selfies. Yeah, he's actually quite a cheeky chappy behind the scenes. Good sense of humour. Corrected my pronunciation of Umut, which I'm still proceeding to get wrong. But a really good atmosphere, actually. I mean, you can't not have a laugh when Demon's backstage with Mark. He opened a rotten carton of oat milk, and I've never seen gone off oat milk before. It was turd-like. It was like a pallid turd. And luckily he didn't drink that, and now Mark 11 has taken his first victory. But yeah, it's chill. I'm trying to tell you it's chill.
Yeah, has anyone drank that before we move on?
I think it went swiftly into the bin because competitive integrity, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Richard Buckley looks guilty as ever. Listen, let's talk about this week in FC 24, and oh my good lord, I can't believe I'm saying this already. It is time for Team of the Year. The time we've all been waiting for. Voting is now open, and we can take a look at the nominees. I mean, wow. Can't believe it's coming around so quick, Richard Buckley. But here's the goalkeepers, and should we start with the treble winner?
Yeah, Alisson, what a player. I think for me, Alisson might be the man that gets the spot. It's blue time. I cannot wait to see those flares when I open up some packs and pack 0 Team of the Year players.
Well, I'll be opening and looking for Ederson. And Frankie, we can see the women's goalkeepers. It has to be Mary Earps here.
It's got to be Mary Earps, yeah. I mean, I don't want to see her reaction if we don't vote for Mary Earps.
Yeah, absolutely. We're voting for Mary Earps.
Absolutely, yeah.
And who's your men's goalkeeper of the year? He's voting for Ederson as well. Brilliant. We can't wait to see what you guys in the Switch chat are voting for as well, Ederson. Let's look at the defenders. There is a lot of defenders on this list, Richard Buckley. Who's standing out for you?
There's 2 in particular. It's the 2 in the bottom right corner. The Barnsley Beckenbauer, John Stones, and Virgil van Dijk. 2 incredible players. And to be honest, I think they might get my vote.
But if Ruben Diaz wins, he won't have 65 pace anymore, right, lads? That'll get buffed.
Yeah, and, well, Frankie did put Ruben Diaz in her draft this week.
He's a big boy, and I like him in my back line.
Let us know in the Twitch chat down below about whether you would use Ruben Diaz as trailblazer, because Frankie did. Tian,
no one would.
Tian, there's the women's defenders here. Selma Batcher, that's the one for me. She is already a problem in the weekend league, and imagine her in a Team of the Year.
Big problem. But shout out to Irene Paredes as well. Very, very solid centre back, part of the Spain World Cup winning team as well. So be solid in there as well.
Absolutely. Then on to the midfielders, and Kevin De Bruyne. Richard Buckley, he gets your vote, doesn't he?
KDB probably does get my vote. Yeah, I'm also looking at Jude Bellingham. I think he's
100%.
Not going to say guaranteed, but he's in my guaranteed Team of the Year.
I mean, look, can I just make a claim for Ilkay Gundogan here?
Yeah.
The treble winner. I mean, we've obviously got a lot of Manchester City. I mean, Rodri gets in the team no matter what, doesn't he, Frank?
Not in my team.
Oh, OK. Well, the beauty of Team of the Year is you can vote for who you like to fit your team. Who would you vote for, then?
From the women's midfielders?
Yeah, well, why not?
Why not move into the women's midfielders? She says I need to practice that one clearly. I mean, I've looked online and everyone's sort of trying to choose between Mateus and Bonmati. I've seen so much love for Bonmati.
Both. Why not both?
Yeah,
absolutely both.
Why not both? That's a really good shout. I mean, Mateus has had so much impact here at the FC Pro Open that I have to go with it.
I'm really looking forward to having 2 Team of the Year teams.
Oh,
yeah.
TN. I mean, Richard said he doesn't think he's going to pack any. How many do you think you're going to pack?
Do you know what? I think I'm going to pack
0.
Nah, I'm confident this year, you know. I've got good points to spend. I'm going 6.
6?
Yeah, 6.
6 Team of the Year.
I've got double the chance. 6.
Double
That's a
the
good
chance,
amount.
indeed. Look at them attackers, by the way. Look, who are we going with first, Frankie?
do I have to say it? Obviously Mbappe. That's going to be a sexy item.
You're forgetting the cover star, Richard Buckley.
I think Haaland's in there. Do you know what? I'd love to see Kane in. I don't think he gets in, but I would love to see Harry Kane. There was a few games ago where he got a Team of the Year item and he was unbelievable in game. I don't think he gets in, but he's in mine.
Well, I mean, Tien, he's actually got some very, very good items already, Harry Kane, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's got some very, very good. And he's a problem this year. I don't know, his finishing is unreal. 5-star weak foot as well. He's always packing me in, I can't lie.
Speaking of problems, there are a lot of problems in this Team of the Year attackers for the women's because they are all very, very scary to play against. I'm thinking Chloe Kelly, Lauren Hemp, Diani. There's some ridiculous items here, isn't there?
Diani, French women's top scorer last season as well. She's going to be a big problem.
I'm going to go out on a limb. The most wanted Team of the Year item, if she gets voted in...
Bunny Shaw!
Incorrect. Hansen.
Oh, without question.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
That could be a 7-8 million coin item.
1,000,000%.
I mean, look, you guys can vote watching at home. Go to ea.com/TOTY and cast your vote and let us know in the Twitch comments as well because we're always keeping an eye on it. Look, we still have everything to play for at the top. And when we get back, we have two Titans going head to head. We'll see you soon.
You don't have time to be nervous. You need to play, you need to score.
I don't care what Emre is doing. I just want to go out of group.
8 goals, we are both attacking crazy.
It was a game of comebacks. We are both good players. We will see how we play.
It will be always goals if I play against Umut.
That's what you expect when you're watching two of the best players in the world.
PlayStation.
Welcome back to the FC Pro Open, and I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. Emre Yilmaz. You're about to face Umut again, and I can't wait for this one because last time it was 4-4. So how do you stop it being a draw this time?
how do I stop a draw? I think I'm happy with the draw against him. Yeah, it's so hard to play against him if you don't have the concentration. You get like beat 7-1 or something. So you need so much concentration for him.
This is interesting because I don't believe you for a second. I don't think you'll be happy with a draw because you're playing for the top of the group here. Now, last time, you were so aggressive against Umut. You had so many shots, way more than he did. Do you think that hyper-aggression will work for you this time round?
Yeah, I think it can work, obviously. Also against other ones, I want to attack more than my opponent, to shoot more than my opponent. So that's my plan for this time.
And how do you feel about the prospect of going to the finals?
How do I feel? Just, yeah, it's a nice feeling to reach the quarterfinals. But we're not ready there, I think. You want to be first in the group, obviously. Then you play this, the number 2 of the other group. So I think it's important to be on top of the group.
Well, let's see who comes out on top in this rematch between yourself and Umut. Good luck, Emre. Thanks for talking to me. And let's head back to the boys on the desk.
Thank you very, very much, Frankie. We are the boys on the desk. I'm joined by TN. What a matchup we have got for the next round of fixtures. Of course, it's Lukas against Hidalgo, and then it is Umut against Emre Yilmaz. What a matchup. First against second. Talk me through it.
I mean, there's everything to play for, and it's very, very similar right now. They both played 5, both have 13 points, and I think goals scored, there's like 3 goals between them. So, I mean, they're both able to score goals. Last time it did end 4-4 as well, so it'll be very, very interesting to see how they've gone away and come back.
Now, speaking of goals, it was 4-4 last time, as you saw the graphic on the screen of some of the goals from round 1. Are we expecting goals galore again, TN? Because it's so unpredictable, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you never know what you're going to get. Do you know what I'm going to say? I think the first maybe 15 minutes will be a bit tight end, because obviously they've got a lot of respect for one another. You could see in Emre's interview, but I think there will be goals, especially in the second half. They'll come out, they'll start to feel each other out a little bit more and go from there.
There was goals in the first round. There was also a comeback as well. Emre was 3-1 up. It looked like the game was going away from Umut, and then within a blink of an eye, he scored twice. Yeah. It was absolutely incredible. He's super focused, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, one thing about Umut is he's very clinical. You could see it in that last game as well. He took a chance. He had missed a chance early on where he had a lot of time, and the chance came around again, and he took it. So, again, that clinical ability is will it pay off? We'll have to find out.
We will have to find out, indeed. And what we also want to find out is Emre Yilmaz and the team that he's got. So I'm going to send you over to the to Mr. Richard Buckley, the man of knowledge. I'm just wanting to know, has he got Son in his team by any chance?
Ooh,
we'll find out very shortly indeed. I can tell you I had Son in my team when I submitted the draft, the ice version. A very icy customer, FG. Let's have a look at Emre Yilmaz's squad. I just spent probably maybe 5-10 minutes with him backstage during that last round when he was sitting out, and I sort of was asking him how's he feeling coming into this game. He sort of gave me the impression that he's feeling good, but maybe it's a little bit of a free hit this game against Umut. If he can get the win, guaranteed through. But you want then, if you are unsuccessful in this game, you go into the next match against Mark 11, a win essential. This is his team that he's using. We spoke about Reece James in the draft show. I want to turn my attention to the left-hand side. Ferland Mendy. It's the 85 version, not the 87 version. It's about 800k, 900k difference. Are you a fan of this Ferland Mendy? What can he do for you in a left back?
The main thing about Mendy is, the 5-star week for being able to play those switches out to Reece James is going to be very, very crucial. We all know what he can do defensively, but it's that switch. One thing I've learned from these pros is that the switch is always, always on. And with Mendy, you're never really going to make that mistake. A unique goalkeeper as well. Van der Sar was pretty common across the keepers. It's Peter Schmeichel in goal, the base icon of him. Schmeichel, he was that SBC that came out about, 2 months ago? Yeah. Everyone did him. It seemed like everyone had him in his squad. But now people are dropping him. He's got butterfingers. I've dropped him myself. I don't know, I still believe in him. I still think he can do a job. Van der Sar is probably the better one in my personal opinion, but, Schmeichel, it's a safe choice. You can never go wrong. And the benches, just want to pay attention quickly to the bench. It's a very strong bench. Informed Son is there, but there's some other sort of match winners to potentially come on. You're looking at Spinazzola, Zaha, a lot of pace in there, and Klaus. A couple of different fullbacks, to be honest. You were talking about the importance of the fullbacks. For me, the most important players on the pitch, I wouldn't be surprised to see them 100%. Getting brought off, Spinazzola brought on and Klaus brought on late into this game. It's a massive game, Tian. Where do you see it going? I don't know. It's going to be very, very difficult. I think it's going to be either a draw again or one of them will edge it. I can't pick who. I think they'll
So you
edge it by
told me
one
that it's
goal.
either going to be a draw, Umut's going to win, or Emre Yilmaz is going to win. Last time I come into you for predictions, let's head over to the casters for our big game of tonight. Brandon and Grav, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, don't come for predictions here either, because we probably won't be much use. Last time they played, you said it was an 8-goal thriller, but it was a 4-4 draw. This game means so much to these two, not just because they're two giants in the scene, they've both won so much money and so many trophies, but whoever wins this is guaranteed top 8, Gravison. The pressure's off. You can relax, you can take a breather. I mean, well, you can't quite, but you can more importantly say, look, I'm through, I'm on my way through, and with that in mind, we want to know from you guys at home, in the Twitch chat now, where is your money on? Who is going to win this game? Umut or Emre Yilmaz? Get your votes coming in. Grav, do you know which way this game's going?
I mean, there's this storyline which we've created in the first week, now in this week as well, about Emre being the best player in the group, Emre being consistent, Emre's playstyle being just out of this world. But then he's tied up in points with Umut, and Umut, outside that game against Emre, has been smashing everyone. So I'm kind of biting this storyline of Umut just beating Emre now, you know? We haven't talked that much about Umut.
The stories for these two are ridiculous. Emre Yilmaz was signed as a player that used to play online seasons for an Ultimate Team fan out there. And then suddenly, top 4 in the World Championships again and again. He Champions League winner last year, now takes on a previous World Champion. Just under $1 million in prize money between these two in 3-4 seasons. And they're still both so young, both battling out tonight to be the first name in that top 8, guaranteed through. Remember, whoever finishes top of the group will go straight into that knockout bracket where they'll be patiently awaiting someone from Group D. Obviously, that's our last week to conclude and find our final 2. But this one, all I pray is just give us fireworks. You said it before. Expect fireworks. I think we're going to see it in this game.
We're expecting fireworks again, so let's go.
Let's do it all again. World champion Umut.
What a match, man.
Up against the Champions League winner, Emre Yilmaz. Which way is this one going to go? Ooh, that was silky from Alphonso Davies. Umut kicking from left to right in the RB Leipzig strip. Emre Yilmaz from right to left. He's loving it down this byline, isn't he? Just wanted to say as well, on the build-up to this one, I was just looking at how many times these two have played against each other. They have not just played against each other a couple of times, 5-6 times, but more importantly, in big tournaments, in World Championships. They played in the E-Champions League last year on 2 different occasions where they both did share a result. If you didn't know that already, Emre Yilmaz went on to win that tournament, picked up $75,000 in the process of doing it too. Well, quickly, let's turn our attentions to the other game. There's been a big goal over here. It's Lukas against Hidalgo. This one means so much as well. If Hidalgo does not win this game, I think you can start maybe saying goodbye to a top 2. As he's not got many games left to be played in this tournament. Lukas leads by a goal to 0. He's desperate also to stay in the top 4. Let's jump back to this one now. As Emre Yilmaz looks to try and find the ball into Mendy.
You're a man that does his homework, right? That was a really good input about the storylines between Umut and Emre, how they played these past few years, and how they will probably play even more this year. Not just today, but in different tournaments, because they're just up there every single time.
Well, I think, as you said, the reason why they keep playing against each other, Gravis, is because they're both in all the tournaments.
Yep.
The big tournaments, the World Championships, the E-Champions Leagues. Keep in mind that we've still got all of this to come this season in the FC Pro Open. Virtual partnered leagues, our World Championships in the summer of this year.
Offside? Nope, onside.
Do you know there is onside? Keep in mind that Emre Yilmaz is coming off a break in this game. He played his first game today, won 3-1 against Lukas. Umut, on the other hand, coming off the back of a 4-1 win against Hidalgo. And it's safe to say he didn't look out of place, did he, Gravison, in that game?
We were seeing good chat.
Trivella. Modric!
Oh, not again.
He went to the near post as well. Was it clever?
Team Hullet, right? Every single one of them.
Clever attack on goal from Emre. Fakes a power shot of Alexis Pateles. Finds Modric. It's a cheeky chip. Emre Yilmaz is getting creative around the box. Wins another corner.
How good is this guy, man?
You were seeing EAFC played at the highest of levels here. Mbappe, show us a skill move or two. Defended well by Umut in the end. But 1, 2, 3 nearly. Really creative corners there.
I mean, we always talk about Emre being a methodical player, and then he just does that stuff. That pass to Alexia was just so smart. And so creative as well.
Sort of reminded me of what Nicholas did.
Yep.
In the qualifiers, it was a clever corner from him. Chance to break away now. 9-minute halves. These are going to be long halves, and there is going to be lots of chances for either of them. Both currently sat top of this group. Both of their in-game FC Pro items have had a huge upgrade as well. They've had the maximum so far. The only thing they could get is a qualification upgrade tonight. If they qualify for the knockouts, both of them will get a +1. Renan Lodi, the SPC, will go to an 88, and more importantly, Doniel Mallon goes to an 88-2. Ginola for Umut, just driving forward. Still in possession somehow. Virgil van Dijk couldn't snatch the ball off him. It's a wicked deflection. Emre Yilmaz will not want to see again. It's an own goal to kick off this game.
No reaction as well.
Was it a double deflection?
Yeah, at least one.
Van Dijk had the chance to win the ball back there. He did get a foot on it, but not enough. We'll see it again here. Off the body of Van Dijk.
Yeah, that was a weird pause by Emre because he'd been playing really well. You know someone else who's playing well?
So this is one to rip up the script of Hidalgo, trying to find his way into the top two. Lukas leads 2-0 there. Hidalgo could be on his way to 2 defeats on the trot, and as it currently stands, there's a 4-point gap between him and the top two. After this game, there could even be a 5-point gap if they were to draw this game.
Perisic. That's weird.
I mean, these teams, Gravison, you had to fit one rarity item in from all the different promos you could. Pele, though, has been the big spender, the big investment that Lukas has featured in his team. Hidalgo, someone that you know a lot better than many of us, Gravison.
Yep.
Find himself in a really difficult position here now.
And another player who's been competing at the highest level for, what, I think it's 5 years now. And he's young, he's still 22. But he hasn't won any national championships. But he's been the Team of the Season winner with Matias Bonano.
I think the one thing you can say about Hidalgo is he's just lacking that 1v1 trophy, isn't he?
Yep.
But no doubt he's in the conversation. And he has been a 2v2 EA Sports Team of the Season Cup winner. Matias Bonano, that was a few years back now. Back into this one now. Umut leads by a goal to nil. It was a fortunate goal. He's not going to care. Looking for an instant response is Emre. Emre nearly got it. Corner, show us something special here. Not a good pass. He wins it back nicely though, Mbappe.
Nope.
I mean, that's what you want from Hansen and Pateles. Happy to get back and defend. Keep an eye on Alphonso Davies. Will jump across. There's been another goal. Hidalgo, 3-0 down. You couldn't expect this as we jump across. There's been another goal.
Goals, goals, goals.
Goals galore in Group A. It's Valverde. Finds his second.
The main man.
Forget playing the 4 games, it says. I want to get it done in 2. It could be 2 wins back to back, and it would be enough to see him through to the knockout stages.
That's a beautiful goal. The way he creates a run with Valverde. Through pass, patience, and easy goal.
Well, we asked you at home, Who is going to win this game? We did put a poll out. Let's have a little look at how that is being split up by you guys at home.
And I'm telling you, Hidalgo is missing a huge chance of still making that top 4. And he's in a tough position now.
This is the round he has to win.
Yeah.
Ginola trying to bundle his way through, does run into the defender of Virgil van Dijk. That's it on the screen. 16 points. He'll be on his way through to the knockouts with a win here. And he still has 2 games to play tonight. Still got to play against Lukas in his next match. Still got to play against Mark. But can play without any pressure. Alternative with the chance just to set a point record. Wins both of those. It'll be 22 points from 24 available. Big chance! Needed that one. Did Emre Yilmaz.
That's a beautiful German cross, extra pass. And you don't have to take your time when you have Mbappe in that situation.
Just Bellingham there, though. The little touch slowed it down and found the tiniest of gaps between the 2 defenders.
Another one?
Gravison. I don't speak Spanish. You do. Can you go and speak to Hidalgo? What is going on? He's 4-0 down. Remember, coming into this one, there is still a chance he can qualify, but right now, I don't think there is. It's 4-0 down.
I don't think there is, no.
Oh, no. Umut.
Hey.
Where, ref?
What was that?
What happened there in the last 2 seconds?
I didn't see a thing.
I thought that was a terrible piece of defending. Umut, chance to capitalise on that. Ref, what are we giving now? Free kick. Well, where's that one gone? Played short. Trivella surprised us, Umut. Give us something on the edge of the box here. Couldn't quite find the angle he was originally looking for. Might find it now. Punched into Ginola. It's a lot from Van Dijk. He looked like he won the ball. This is nice. Round the corner he goes.
Oh. The level of precision by Umut. He just shot twice this first half. 2 goals. And remember, the first match he played against Emre, 5 shots, 4 goals.
Consistent. Pateles. Hansen just nicks it off the feet of Varane. One thing we have to remember about this, when they played, as we said, in December, it was a 4-4 scoreline, but the one thing they did, Gravison, the game never ran away from either of them. It was I score, you score. There was always just 1 goal in it.
And it's still happening now. Yep.
Hansen, what can you do from here? Finds Bellingham.
Whoa.
Disguises that one.
Nice defending.
Company gives away a corner. This is where Emre can be dangerous now. What can we see from this one? Goes all the way back to Varane, who's not going to be the player to really take a shot. Disguised that through ball. Defended well by Alphonso Davies. And a chance to try and see us through to half-time. Umut will be hoping for. Half-time in the other game, we can confirm Lukas 4-0 up against Hidalgo. Do you know what the painful thing is as well for those that are watching tonight? Hidalgo is 1 point away from getting Sadio Mane another upgrade. Good. 1 point away. Just 1 point is all he needs to go to a 90.
And he's going to be playing against Emre for that upgrade. Come on, Hidalgo. I mean,
I'm sure some people will be praying that at home. In terms of these 2 upgrade items, you can see Malin and Renan Lodi. They'll be getting an upgrade, whoever wins this game. Pateles, Ginola. Again, he's done well. A couple of times he's had to sort of back up Varane in those moments. Half-time we do move into. Only 1 goal to separate the 2. 2 goals to 1. Umut does lead. Remember, winner of this game qualifies themselves into the knockout stages.
And Emre said it himself. It's really important to be the top of the group because you don't want to be playing. I think it was Group D.
Group D.
Yeah.
You don't want to even know who's in Group D. It's a ridiculous group. That's the poll we put out for you at home. As it currently stands, your poll's looking good. 69% of you have gone for Umut to win this game. I mean, you would off the back of that 4-1 win that you just put up, and currently leading by 2-1. But this is not done yet.
No, definitely not. I mean, you said it before. Every single time one player scores, the other one scores as well. So it's so tight, so tight.
And that is the table as it currently stands. Look at all of the breakdown between these two. 16 points Umut stands on as it currently stands. Emre on 13. Hidalgo is losing 4-0, so he's going to remain on 9 unless there is a Istanbul-like comeback from the Spaniards against Lukas. Lukas with this result would then go on to 6, as you can see. It makes things even more difficult for Mark, who then has to play against Emre and then Umut in his last 2 games to try and get that 4th spot. As we said, top 4 guarantees you an invite to next year's Open Qualifier tournament. A top 2 guarantees you into the final stages of this year's FC Pro Open, where all the prize money comes into play. That one will be played on the 3rd of February.
I'm telling you, that battle for the 4th spot is gonna be interesting. The last round of fixtures. Oh, the main man is coming.
I mean, there's many things that gives me a smile, but Richard Buckley back in the commentary booth's up there for me. Richard, Happy New Year, mate. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Sure, it is. It's just a big game feel right now between Umut and Emre Yilmaz. And I don't know if you caught it when Emre went 1-0 down. He called the admin over.
Yeah.
A bit of a problem he had. He sorted it out. I think it was a controller swap. He went 2-0 down straight away, so I thought we were going to swap back the controller. He didn't. He stuck it out, and I just feel like he's going to bring it back.
Oh, you might have teed him up there. Off topic, Hidalgo has scored. Gravison, could be a comeback on the cards there. We just kicked off the second half there, 4-1, but he's on his way back, and a goal will bring confidence.
And he's a Real Madrid fan, so...
He's not doing it.
Cheers, Rich.
I just don't see it happening.
Umut. Looking for a 3rd.
Sorry, Grav.
Oh, I love you, man.
What can we see from here? Mbappe just pins the defender.
We did a bit of research after game week 1.
Yep.
Over the holiday break. Chance here for Emre. He committed the most tackles out of any player during the first 4 weeks. Travella, good save.
Which player?
Just in general, pressing the circle button. He's so aggressive when he defends, and I'm surprised it doesn't give away more fouls, being completely honest.
Yeah. Especially because I think it was the game against Hidalgo. It was something about 40 tackles, 50, something like that. It was crazy.
Pressing the button so much. And it's something that, I mean, we do it at home. It's not really advocated for in the pro game, because you want to jockey, you want a second man press, you want to hold, and then you want to intercept.
Umut, one more pass. I mean, you only need to look as far as Tex when he had a bit of a tough day. I think we go further, gave away 3 or 4 penalties in one night. Corner played in. Umut. Nice step over exit, finds Alexis Pateles. Still in possession, still. Ginola cuts it back, and then we're playing headers and volleys in the box.
I've just seen a Twitch chat comment from Plut93. Love you, Brandon. I mean, Papi, we all love you.
I mean, that man, just off topic, scored a ridiculous Trivella yesterday. I was playing football with him.
Oh, it's set it up. Yeah, here you go, mate. Send me a comment in the Twitch chat, mate. You look good in front of my pals.
There you go. There you go, Plut. Shout out to you, my friend. We've got an update in our other game. After this attack does come in.
It's a nice bounce.
It's bounced very kindly, hasn't it?
Another
This
one.
still could bounce nicely.
Another one.
Mbappe just bundling his way through. The bounces are falling to him, and he does not care. Back all square at 2-2. I mean, for Umut, what more can he do? Company, no. Virgil van Dijk, no. Goalkeeper, no.
I guess you gotta go for that press after the possession loss every single time.
I'd be livid if I was Umut.
1, 2, 3, caramba.
Exactly.
Right, off topic. Let's beat a goal over here. The comeback that Richard said is off the cards. He's right. It's 5-1. Lukas leads.
We've not seen a lot of Pele. He's a big purchase player for Lukas. And
I think he used him in the qualifier, didn't he?
He did, and he's proving a little bit of his worth right now. Just feels like a final, this game.
Yeah.
It could be a final if both of them go through and proceed through the knockout bracket.
Umut looking to go back into pole position. Ref, he's just swiped him. Ginola back to Batelis. The ref still plays on. Oh, like a clear penalty.
He didn't touch the ball.
Just clotheslined him.
It's still not done though. Again, it's another big tackle. We want to interact with you guys at home while we've got a minute in this game. So many of you. What's the mystery nation? I mean, have people been listening?
There's been a lot of clues.
There's been a few clues out there.
And they'll find out. Just
Does anyone know? Let us know. Let us know in the chat if anyone has got a guess. There's only one person in the chat every week, and his job is to give everyone the nation. he sits in the chat for about 3 hours, just says,
spamming
"Here's the nation." He just gives it to everyone. Whoever that man is, you are the hero.
You see Olive there coming in with a goal for Mowling. Sniper. Can we just see that one more time, please? Yilmaz win for the boys as well. It's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
Right.
I mean,
Go one more time.
Jesus Christ. He even punched him in the face.
He elbowed him.
Yeah.
Ginola just got back up on his feet and said, all right, we'll play on.
And Olive 41 said, go Malin. Olive 41, alias Richard Buckley. That was you. I saw you on the phone.
I think the one thing that we can all agree on is that out of a lot of these FC Pro Live items, Donyell Mallon is a player that a lot of people have invested in. And I think that's why Emre Yilmaz has just got such a backing behind him. But more importantly, I think a lot of people forgot to do the Renalodi SBC.
You just see the table there as well with this point apiece for these two. It put them, what, 5 points clear of Hidalgo.
Yep.
It's job done, isn't it? It would be job done.
Yeah.
As we said, Hidalgo has to draw or win this game. Unfortunately, he's 4-1 down. They both could be going through.
Oh, no. What a miss.
But you're absolutely right. It would be a 5-point gap, Bridget. It would be impossible mathematically for anyone else to change that table. And it would also mean that we can confirm that both these two players will be getting an upgrade alongside being the first two to come through and qualify.
Because Hidalgo's already played. Mark in game 1, Umut in game 2, and now Lukas in game 3. So there's 3 points left to play for, and he's 5 back.
And he's 5-1 down, and there's 9 minutes left on the clock there. So I think we can be looking towards our top 2 here. Van Dijk cut back, Heung-min Son. He's been everywhere tonight, hasn't he, Richard Heung-min Son? So many teams, the South Korean.
We all play FC, and you two play FC as well.
Correct.
How crazy it is to move the keeper and defend as well with the centre back, because I find it impossible to do, and Umut did in this play.
Well, that's why I don't do it, Graverson. It's impossible to do.
I just find it crazy.
Heung-min Son there, coming off the bench.
Some player.
Speaking of sort of South Korean defenders, this attack does come in. Valverde looking on for a 3-2. It was time green. Penalty this time, ref! He's given it! What chance this could be to top the table and to send you into the knockout. Umut does score! 3 goals to 2. The German leads. He looks to top the group.
Let's just have a look back at this penalty call.
I mean, do you know what? I think Gino's just said there, he didn't give me the first one. If I get any contact, I'm just going to throw myself to the floor.
And that happened, yeah.
There's the penalty you can see going, 3 goals to 2.
This happened in the first time they played against each other. You remember Umut scored in the 77th minute, and then Emre equalized in the 83rd. So it could happen again.
And even if this does stay like this with the current standings in the other game, it still is enough to qualify them both.
It is, yeah.
Because it would be a 4-point gap from third to second. Hidalgo has got a goal back in that game, but there's 5.5 minutes. He needs 3 goals, which I just do not think will be mathematically possible there. That is the table as it currently stands. As you can see, Hidalgo has only got 1 game left to be played. If he does win, he'll only get 12 points. So as much as we want to try and big up these last couple of rounds, it looks like we might be all said and done. All they'll be playing for is the top spot.
And we're also playing for fourth as well, because there's a big sort of, not necessarily a gap, but Mark's got 2 games left to play. He could go to 9 points if he wins those.
And Lukas has only got 1 game.
Yeah.
Hidalgo could be out of the competition, like next year, per se. If it could be.
It could happen.
It could be a big
It's
thing.
doubtful, but it could.
It could happen. 1% chance.
I mean, the goal difference would need a big swing.
Yeah.
1% chance, 90%, 99% faith.
Coming Son. Finds Mbappe, cuts it back! And very nearly finds the equaliser. Corner comes in. Spinazzola has the time to chest it down and have a shot at goal.
Is this it?
Look at the space, look at the space, so much of it. Offside now. It's a horrible tackle, dodges it that one well, Mbappe still. It's a tap in, it's easy. And it's Umut on his way through to the top 8 of the FC Pro Open. And more importantly, top of the pile on 16 points. Richard Buckley leaves the commentary box at the right time. He knows it's game over. Headsets off from him. The Gravison, we can confirm that this time it won't be a 4-4 draw. We will be having a winner.
Yeah, I remember the predictions at the start of the game. How, in my opinion, we didn't talk enough about how good Umut was playing in this competition. And there you go, 4-2 win against Umut at the against Emre, sorry, at the moment. And I gotta tell you, 5 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses in this group. And important as well, he's not matching the player from Group D as well.
He's the only player unbeaten, isn't he, left in the group?
Yeah. And you don't want to be playing against Obrun, against Levy, against Tex. So that's job done for him. How quick is Mbappe? Come
He's
on.
so fast. What? 85th minute, and he's still just bursting away from everyone. I think the one thing we can say now, for those at home, we can confirm that Emre Yilmaz and Umut have 150% qualified for the knockout stage, which means if you are someone that does hold Renan Lodi or Daniel Malin, they're both going to be upgraded to an 88 at some point in the next couple of days. But there is still a couple of things to be played for. Just because Umut is at top of as it stands, they've both still got 2 games left to be played. Gravison doesn't necessarily mean that Umut's going to remain top of the pile at the end of play today. It could certainly change around once again.
Especially because of goal difference, which is huge in this group as well, because Emre scored just a crazy amount of goals in the first round of fixtures.
Keep those comments coming in the chat as well. We love seeing them. Bellingham, cut back, not available this time. This one could be, though. Wilfried Zaha. Looks for the Trivellas, doesn't he? But he always just looks for such unexpected angles. As the ball comes in, it's a big save. But we also need to turn our attention to the bottom half of this group now. There is 3rd and 4th spot to be played for. You are right in saying it, Gravison. There is a world where Mark could get 9 points. Lukas could find himself in 9 points. And as it stands for Hidalgo, he could also be left on 9 points too. And it would be a case of we go all the way down to the tiebreaker scenarios.
Could you imagine?
It would certainly mix things up, wouldn't it?
What a performance by Umut.
Especially after conceding that goal at 2-2. Could have easily shaken him the other way. There's the 2 minutes being played. He goes for one more, because why not? Corner to come in, but it's pretty much game, set, match. Referee. Conclude this one. Corner comes in. Towards the back post it goes. Hit it, why not? Still looking for the one more chance. And that will do us. Umut will top this group and pick up a huge 4-2 win against the Champions League winner in Emre Yilmaz. It's always a pleasure, isn't it, when you see 2 players at that level go head-to-head, when you're looking at the top level of FC Pro in action.
I have no words. I think we're just seeing greatness in a way, because we could potentially see a World Cup final between Emre and Umut this year, next year, in 2 years' time. They're both amazing players, and the way they conduct themselves, the way they play, the composure they both have, they were simply the best.
And on that, Gravison, they have been the best in this group, because we can confirm they are both qualified into the next stages of this year's FC Pro Open. Top 8 guaranteed for those two. Emre Yilmaz and Umut have both got upgrades on their items. They've got the maximum upgrades they can get, taking both of their ratings to an 88 in-game. Renan Lodi and, more importantly, Daniel Mallon, they are both there. They're the first 2 names on the sheet, but they've still got a top spot to battle it out for, haven't they?
Yeah, and you don't want to be playing against Group D players, Tex, Obrun, Levy, so still loads to play.
A lot to play for. I'm really excited as well, Gravison, to see how that 3rd and 4th place plays out, because there could be some interesting scenarios now here, couldn't there? We've still got, what, 2 more rounds to be played?
Yeah, and we could potentially see a triple draw between the last 3 players of the group. We could potentially see many things happening.
Yeah, those are the stats from the game. As you can see, over 200 passes completed to the 145 of Umut. Naturally, he just had a lot more of the ball. As you can see, they're in the possession stats. But look, shots on goal, 4 shots, 4 goals. That is the level of play you're seeing from Umut there. He is so consistent and he's so deadly in front of goal.
Yeah, he's deadly. I mean, first game against Emre, 5 shots, 4 goals. Second game against Emre, 4 shots, 4 goals. So that's just, he's clinical. And he has to grab that top first seed, because the seeding is important. I mean, we have to explain to the viewers how important is the seeding, because many times you qualify, but then you're playing against a huge dog, and I mean, you could be out.
He's still got 2 more games to be played, but as we said, he currently sits top of this group A, 16 points. He could be on to set a record here of 22 points if he was to win his last 2 games. He's joined by Frankie now.
Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations. I mean, a simple question. How does it feel? No losses at all, and you definitely are going to be going through to that final.
Of course, it's amazing to be qualified for the knockouts. Now I'm no one won against me, but still there are 2 games, so I can lose. So the job is not done yet. Of course, I want to become first, but the main aim is done. I'm qualified, so I'm really happy.
Congratulations. And Emre, he was saying before this match, he was thinking it was going to be a draw. Were you sure that you were going to take the victory?
No, I also thought like it's gonna be like a draw. It was also a 50-50 match. It was really close. Emre is really, really good. His pressure is really, really good. So he's one of the best. So I also thought, okay, it's gonna be a draw. Or maybe I lose, maybe I win. It's just 50-50 game.
And then that penalty happened.
Yeah, I to be honest, I didn't saw how the penalty happened, because I watched on my player who was shooting. But yeah, maybe it was lucky, maybe not. Maybe he tackled me, I don't know, but I take it, of course.
The FC gods were on your side. Thank you so much. Congratulations. 2 more matches to play, so we'll let you get ready for those as we head over to the boys at the breakdown board.
Thank you very much, Frankie. Yes, Umut is one of your 2 finalists coming from Group A. Tien, what a performance from Umut and Emre, both solidifying their place in the top 8.
Yeah, I mean, it was always going to be one of those games, but you could see from Umut convincing. And the key word I want to use is clinical. I said it last time out. He was just so clinical moving forward. And yeah, props to both of them for getting through.
Three South Korean players. Not too sure what's happening there, but we told you right at the top of the show that you can feature on the FC Pro Open as well, just as Yorkshire Bolas has at home. This is his squad that he submitted to us here ahead of today's requirements. And I mean, Tien, talk us through it. This is Yorkshire Bolas' time to shine. What are you liking about his team?
First of all, can I just say big up Saka, right mid, fantastic performer. But other than that, Sergio Ramos, who I used over the course of this weekend, absolutely loved him. He's absolutely class. You can never go wrong with Van Dijk as well. And Erling Haaland up front, very solid choice. I know FG will be happy with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know at home. We'll pick out a couple of teams every single week, and you may feature on the show yourself. Round 4 is coming up very shortly indeed. Go and head over to FG, who is a little bit sad because we talked about Son. His side have just joined your side in the FA Cup 4th round.
And he always scores against us, and we haven't scored a goal at their ground. Thank you very much, Richard and TN. Let's take a look at the table then, shall we? OK, 3 rounds down in Group A. And so far, Emre and Umut rising to the top. But there's still 2 rounds of matches left tonight. But more importantly, I hope you've been taking notice of a certain individual popping up throughout the show, because this certain individual's nationality can help you earn some in-game rewards. So why don't you go and look for that whilst we take a quick break. We'll see you soon.
PlayStation. The FC Pro Open Global Qualifier is brought to you by Herman Miller Gaming, the official chair supplier of FC Pro. EA Sports FC 24 tournaments are now live on PS5 and PS4. Compete for FC points and more in Ultimate Team or Kickoff mode. To sign up on PS5, head to the FC 24 Game Hub on your PS5 and look for upcoming tournaments. You can also register in-game by strolling to the bottom of the FC 24 main menu and selecting PlayStation Tournament. On PS4, you'll find tournaments in the Event tab on your console. Sign up now and show off your skills on PlayStation Tournaments. All right, so you should be able to work out that Mystery Nation, surely. Now, let's take a look at the table, shall we? As it stands, a quick reminder to you guys how things are looking. Umut is leading the way, 16 points. Emre Yilmaz with 13 points after that great game in the last round. Hidalgo's on 9, Lukas is on 6, and Mark 11 is on 3. Let me just remind you of how things go. The top 2 will qualify for the finals. The top 4 are guaranteed a place at the qualifier, and last place has to start all over again next year. It's time for round 4 and down to the nitty-gritty part of the evening. Umut and Emre have qualified, and Frankie is somewhere backstage. So let's go and find Frankie, shall we? Frankie, where are you?
I burrowed into the tunnel, mate, and I found myself Lukas. Don't forget, this is this German gentleman's first ever time competing at a LAN, but he's taking to it like a duck to water if the last match is anything to go by. 5-1 versus Hidalgo. Talk me through that game.
Yeah, I play very good the game. I'm very focused on the game, and in the offense I play the best game for me today.
Do you feel more comfortable when you're in that attacking mode?
Yes.
And so tell me why you think you were able to succeed then and switch things off, because other players might be like, I've just come off the back of a loss, I might not even get to come directly here next year, but you were like, nah, I've got everything to play for and I'm going to smash it.
Because I need the wins and I give my best to win every game, and yeah.
And your dad's here watching.
Yes.
What's that like?
Good.
Yeah, good, good. He's not coaching you though, I've noticed he's not on the show floor.
Yes.
You keep him locked up.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to go speak to your dad while we head over to the boys over in the analysis. So thanks, Lukas.
Thank you very much, Frankie. Yeah, I mean, he's got still a big couple of rounds to be played today because he can still get that top 4, which we must say does mean a lot. You re-qualify for next year's FC Pro Open. Myself and Gravison are just going to take a little minute now to realise a few things that have happened, especially to the FC Pro Live items. We know there's a lot of keen Ultimate Team players out there. Umut, SBC item of Ren and Lodi. Bad news, if you're looking to buy him, you can't buy him. You've done the SBC though. Good news, Grav. He's getting another upgrade.
Good news for me because he's now 88, I think. And then we have also some other upgrades as well. So, I mean, any chance you get of having a Brazilian left back, you have to do it. But hopefully, for some of you, there's still some SBCs in which you can pack past SBCs. So if there's another chance of doing them, I mean, I will go for Ren and Lodi for sure.
And more importantly on that, Grav, you'll be happy to know when you do get home, he's also got another position modifier, 2, alongside the upgrade. It makes him usable maybe in a few different places on the pitch because he's also got a position alternative too. Let us know what we've got a minute very quickly in the Twitch chat. Which of these items have you maybe invested in, bought? I know Daniel Mallon has also had another upgrade tonight and you actually still can buy him right now. He's going to be an 88 rated. Decent player with a lot of pace.
I mean, he's really good. He's not that expensive. He should be around 20, 30k. And many people invested on him. And he could potentially be... Emre could be one of those players who could potentially win the tournament for sure. So he could potentially end as a really, really good player. And lastly, Sadio Mane. Last chance of him being 90 rated with that Hidalgo, but he has to at least get a point against Emre, which is not an easy thing to do.
Well, as we said, we've still got 2 more rounds to be played. We're taking a break from the commentary desk. We're over to an all-German game, in fact. It's Umut against Lukas, and it's in the capable hands of Richard Buckley and TN.
Thank you very much, Brandon and Grav. I can tell you a little bit more about Daniel Mallon because I'm a Mallon aficionado. He is up 15% on sort of the last hour or so. He's up at 35k right now, so he is rising. If he did get in on the Mallon train on the second week of action, there's profit to be there, Tian.
I was unfortunate I didn't get on it.
Well, I did, because that's what I do. Let's have a look at the previous matchups when these two did go head-to-head. It was an Emre Yilmaz 6-1 victory for Mark 11, and Umut just squeaked out a 2-1 win against his fellow countryman in Lukas. That 6-1 win could be pivotal, because if the points are the same, goal difference comes into factor. And there was a 12-goal swing when we looked at the table just then, alongside the 3 points, of course, that are in Lucas's favour, but goal difference will be a cruel way not to get 4th, Tian.
Yeah, I mean, goal difference will always be a very, very difficult way. So you're obviously going to want to try and perform the best that you can in the 90 minutes provided, but it's going to be a very, very interesting game. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. We'll certainly be keeping our eyes on that other matchup between Emre Yilmaz and Mark 11. Also, our featured game, Umut recently qualified into the top 8 against Lukas, where 3 points put him in a truly magnificent position to get 4th, which is all that matters to him right now. It's the FC Pro Open match, week 5, round number 4. Lukas kicking from left to right, and it will be Umut all in white from right to left. Kolomoani is begging for an upgrade as well. Don't think he's going to get it, unfortunately. He's got that 6 points in the bag now. So there will be some improvements going to the Parisian. Could there be a potential foot off the gas from Umut as well? I mean, you wouldn't expect it because he's such a professional. However, he's got the qualifying spot now.
That is the question, you know. I mean, once you've qualified, do you take your foot off the gas? But obviously, you want to secure the top spot. And these lot being the pros that they are and having, you know, the ability that they have, they want to try and win every game possible. Yeah, of course.
Chance here for Umut, Alexia Patelis. Good work inside the box, but Lukas, the right place at the right time. Michiele.
Michiele at left.
Yeah, put it to the left back here.
Mbappe. So scary when Mbappe's on the ball. You just know that almost not every time, but a lot of the time, something's going to come of it.
You also got Pele as well, who is
Huge
also
problem.
crucial.
Virgil van Dijk and company have been a very, very solid team at the back right now. You know, really just taking their time. Having Davies at left back as well plays a massive part. I think a lot of the ball has gone out to Davies, and he's been very efficient in those cutbacks and getting the ball into the box. Kyle Walker with the switch.
You mentioned it earlier, that switch apply. It's almost the root of every attack. Right back to left back or left back over to the right. Valverde sliding finish puts Umut 1-0 up, looking to extend his point tally to 19. Maybe set a bit of a benchmark for other competitors here in the FC Pro Open in other weeks as well to go, look, that's what I put up, go and get it.
Confidence is sky high right now, and again, just using that left back Davies to run down the byline, cut it back into Valverde, who makes no mistake.
Asking questions?
Yeah, I think he's got to do a little bit better there. I think he does get a hand to it, in fairness, but it's just unfortunate not to, you know, make the full-on save.
Such a big win for Lukas in that last game against Hidalgo. It ruined Hidalgo's hopes.
Yeah, for sure. And I sat down and I was actually watching Lukas, and every goal he scored, whether it be the first one or the fifth one, yeah, he had emotion in there. You know what I mean? So I think it does mean a lot to him to get that win. Obviously, you could see in the interview as well. You know, he was smiling, he's looking confident, so he wants to try and.
That's a big purchase player. That's your marquee man in Pele, leading the line and smashing it wide. He'd be very disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, it was always going to be it's a very difficult angle, to be fair.
Yeah, I expected the target to be hit though from there.
Yeah, true. For
No
those
green
fans as well.
I suppose that's the only thing you could say. Hansen, a lot of space. Finesse, Van der Sar.
Gets to that one.
Needed.
Indeed.
Short corner play. Ginola, maybe the man you want in the box. Mbappe looked for the Trivela. Perisic to steal the ball back and just sending that run from Pele with the left bumper into the space. Jude's come a long way back to help out.
Great interception by Valverde.
He's got sort of two in Valverde and Bellingham. They're quite similar in terms of the player they are, but they can hold that midfield down pretty much on their own.
Yeah.
And then you have that third midfielder, whether it's a Pateas, whether it's a Bonmati, or even sort of an attacking player in there, who can just go and do something sublime, just as Ginola, on the drop of the word sublime, sticks it in the top corner.
That was perfect timing, to be fair. It's just beautiful, very methodical, you know. The ball roll into the Trivela, it's just beautifully timed.
You're going to see a cinematic right from behind the goal. Green timed, top bins. Lukas angry, frustrated. You talked about the emotion when he was scoring against Hidalgo. You see it when he's conceding there as well.
Definitely one that wears his heart on his sleeve, for sure.
And the desk. You see that live table right now. Mark 11 versus Emre Yilmaz is 0-0. 21 minutes on the clock in that game. So what this result does, it gives Mark 11 the chance, if the points stay as they are, to go into the final game of today, taking on Umut. If he wins, he goes into fourth.
It's a big game for Mark, if that is the case.
If Mark was to beat Emre Yilmaz now, he goes in level on points. However, goal difference would be in the favour of Lukas. That big goal swing. But Umut's helping Mark 11 right now.
Yeah, for sure.
He's so methodical.
I was just thinking the same thing. He just takes his time with it. He knows exactly what he wants to do. It's almost like he's 3 moves ahead. It's almost like a game of chess. He's taking his time, working the angles, and just once he finds it, straight into it.
He's playing chess, and everyone else, we're all reading the book still on how to, where we can move each piece.
Chess for dummies, basically.
Mbappe into Perisic. Travella green timed Van der Sar, that little bit goal kick movement, just shifted him across, and Hansen is offside on the rebound. We have had a goal between Mark 11 and Emre Yilmaz. It will shake this group around, and we can show you who scored it right now. It was a short corner. It was Emre Yilmaz with the power shot cancel, with Luka Modric opening up that defence before slotting in off the post. Emre 1-0 up. Mark 11.
That power shot cancel
is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a great move. You can see there Mark committed and just used it to cut inside and get the ball in the back of the net. Beautiful play, just not rushing it at all.
I think the problem is for Lukas now. Not only is he 2-0 down, I think the scoreline is probably secondary.
Yeah.
He can't get on the ball.
Yeah.
He's having to play these attacks so fast just to sort of try and get anywhere. Umut just seems like he's in cruise control.
Yeah, I mean, he's just taking his time. Knows he's got, you know, almost like he's got him right where he wants him, really. But how would you tackle it, Rich? What do you think that you do in this? Do you go full throttle? Do you take your time? Do you reassess?
I won't be playing, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I think Emre's probably showed us that if you just go for it and you attack and you try and sort of try and play through sort of a war of attrition and just keep on going, keep on trying to break him down, there's a potential chance that you might be able to do that. But today he's been flawless.
Yeah, I mean, he's covered every base. Every blade of grass, he's been nothing short of fantastic. So it's a very, very difficult one for Lukas at the moment.
He wins his last game, he goes to 22 points. That's 12 points out of 12 today.
Oof. That's what you call, that's clinical. Sharp shooting.
And so we've created a bit of a narrative. Hansen could be in here.
Hello.
One on with the keeper. Ball roll. Big goal. Big goal for Lukas.
Great finish. Very composed as well. Had a lot of time on rushing keeper, but you know, just took his time, ball rolled it around the keeper, and it's a great finish.
It was just that instinctive. You see the run, you play the pass.
Yeah.
You don't think about it. Once he got in that position, he did keep his composure because there was a heavy touch just there from Hansen that you thought might have offered a little bit too much to the keeper.
But that's Trailblazer Hansen for you. Just when you think, you know, keeper's going to get there,
snatches it away.
Literally, dream's gone.
36 minutes on the clock, 39 minutes on the clock between Mark 11 and Emre Yilmaz. Both games, 1 goal swings could completely shake up this table to the core, at the top and at the bottom.
Hello. Lukas' confidence is flowing now. Out to Perisic. Cut back to Mbappe. Can we get a trim? No.
Step overs, just offered too much to it to Davis.
Great defender, Matt Davis, as well.
And you see that table right now. That is the live table as it stands. Umut 19 points. Emre Yilmaz 16. Hidalgo on 9, middle of the pack. Lukas 6 points, -5 goal difference. Mark 11, 3 points, -17. It's that goal difference that could end up being.
That's the major one. That goal difference.
Just a killer.
It's a big margin.
Perisic opening up the space down the byline. This is Lukas looking for the cutback to Modric. Hansen in the box, slots it in the near post.
Hello.
And we've got a game on our hands right now.
Hello. Just when you thought he looked out of it, he's pulled it back. Great bit of magic. Like, he's worked it really, really well. You know, cut it back from Perisic into Pele to Modric, and Hansen doing what she does best. Great finish.
She's been the decisive player.
Yeah.
You got to say at this moment for Lukas in this matchup. As you might be able to see there, just on the corner of your screen, we are joined by someone in the commentary position.
Hello. Oh, you just
Frankie.
pushed me a button for
I did.
I love this. You're also producing the show, it turns out.
How are you?
Well, you're not really. 'Cause producer Kerry is producing the show. I'm good. It's been quite the night. I thought that Emre was going to run away with it. I mean, to be fair, he's only lost one game so far. But it's good to see Umut is showing why he's a world-class player, because he kind of took a little bit of time to warm up in week 1.
He did. He's showing us why he is a former world champion and arguably one of the best to ever do it. That will do us for half-time, though, as both games are in a break right now. You've been keeping an eye on the chat as well, keeping it under control, shall we say, trying to
I've been
pick some comments out.
I've been lurking and checking that no one's being a naughty lad or lass. Bro on eSport, what I need to do I can't see, says Homart. So what you need to do is you need to press play.
That would help.
And then that will start the stream. Then you can enjoy the esports.
You got Quensler, Frankie,
Love going on
3
there.
love hearts.
Oh, there's a screen here, guys. That's very nice. Thank you. Why not 4?
I'm going to ask a question to the chat. Who do you think gets the 4th spot, Lukas or Mark? I'm just looking for a name. Who gets the 4th spot?
Good question.
As it stands right now, 3 points separate them, but a 12-goal swing is needed for Mark to qualify.
Sounds weird, but I think Lukas wants it more. Which is a hard...
That man wants it.
He wants it in a different way, if that makes sense.
I think that Lukas is definitely showing more emotion.
True.
But I also don't know if that's a good thing. As you can see, the table there, it's actually a 13-goal swing now because Lukas did just equalise. And I think he'd go to 7 points actually as well, because he'd get bumped up if he was to bring this game out as a draw. So, look, it's a big ask for Mark 11. He came into today with everybody writing him off. If he was to get 4th, I think that would be a huge achievement. But that week 1 performance just wasn't good enough.
He's not entirely comfortable with this season yet, and that's one of the issues. And I think because he has admitted, and he is quite open about the fact that he's not comfortable yet, I just think that maybe that means his head's not quite in this competition as much as it could be. And I think that he's still got the potential to bounce back. I just don't know if it's going to happen fully tonight.
Well, Lukas, he's in the zone because he's just got 3-2 up.
It's locked in. No, not much emotion that time. It's a little fist bump, back to business. I think he's gone in half-time and he's come out with a game plan and it seems to be working. Very well done, very well worked. Gone back the way he's facing, pulled the defender away and just managed to punish him. But that's what you pay for when you have Pele.
When they matched up, 4 weeks ago, Lukas and Umut, it was only 2-1, the scoreline. You talked about Mark having a mountain to climb. That's a 2nd goal for Emre Yilmaz. As it stands, Lukas would be taking that 4th spot and Mark 11 would have to go back into the pool for next year's FC Pro Open and go all the way from the very start. He does have a lot to play for in this season, though. I think the E-League is something that he values very highly, and that could potentially open up doors later in the season. But he will be extremely disappointed to be exiting at this stage.
Any thoughts you want to see from Twitch chat? I've seen a thought from Style Sender. He says, what is this bird on about?
We ask ourselves every week.
Paul Scholes, she's mostly on about Paul Scholes.
Paul Scholes is a very common subject.
We've got still a lot of people asking about the Mystery Nation. Occasionally,
I thought we made it very clear.
Cheeky Colombia. The Mystery Nation is apparently Colombia, according to 2 people in Twitch chat.
I can tell you, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. It is not Colombia. Just if you were wondering, it's not Colombia.
There are plenty of people who are being very helpful, however, in Twitch chat.
Chance for Lukas. Pele on the cutback, doesn't hit it this time.
Save from Van der Sar again.
Just seeing one from Scully. Tell FG he is small.
Scully has also written, ask FG what it's like to be so short. This is a man on a mission.
Corner whipped in, Van Dijk can't get there, Van der Sar does well. Nodded back in, but Jude Bellingham just turns out there for Umut. We did have a couple of goals to tell you about. This was Mark 11 getting one back, 55 minutes on the clock. Virgil van Dijk, green time header from the penalty spot. It's a chuckle from Denman and Mark. However, the smiles didn't last long because Emre Yilmaz just went up the other end and made it 3-1. Umut looking to keep his unbeaten run here.
Hello.
The second time around he's tagged. What a save from Van der Sar. Point blank range, TN.
That's a great save. Maybe a little bit of keeper movement involved there, ever so slightly, but that is a fantastic save from Van der Sar.
And this was that goal that I sort of spoiled a little bit for you.
Reece James.
We spoke about him quite a lot though today, but during the draft show and also when we've sort of highlighted Emre's team, he does have that ability to get forward.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very cultured finish, you know, put it near post with his left foot as well. I mean, yeah, again, very well rounded. We knew what he was capable of, but that's a great finish.
João Cancelo down the byline, just kept in play. Beautiful dribbling.
Yeah.
Modric, Perisic, all the itches.
Great cutting from Mbappe. Perisic again, and it's just Bellingham there. I have to say, Perisic has really impressed me today, to be fair. Done really, really well.
Sea-Watch. Good name. Good name. Great name. Great
Guys,
name.
I've just seen that FG is in chat. He's actually using the name Likze because he's written, Frankie, I want Carl Walker to be available so I can evolve. Please make it happen. Smiley face.
There you go. Tygo, how is Malin? In what context? He's a great in-game item. I don't know him personally yet. There's a lot of my life left to live. Mark 11. A lot of game left to play for the Aussie. Ball around the keeper, slams it in the near post. 3-2 with, what we got, 25 minutes left to play there?
He looks like he's just having a great time right now.
Umut twisting, turning. And that is the live table as it stands. Hidalgo 9 points. Lukas 9 points. Mark bottom of the pile on 3. And there's a bit of a battle for top as well between Emre and Umut. And who knows, when all the groups are said and done, whoever finishes top here, that might be a huge potential knockout bracket matchup that they've avoided because they missed the second place.
100%. I mean, the goal is always to finish top of the group.
If you finish first here, you match second in Group D. If you finish second in Group A, spoiler, more than likely you're going to match PH Zin in the first knockout game of the quarterfinals. So I think there's a little bit of incentive not to finish second. Just makes it look really easy, Emre Yilmaz, doesn't he?
I was going to say, it's just such a well-worked goal. Everyone just seems to know where they're going to be before they're there, you know. Janola's always already ready for the back post. Oh, hello.
Lukas is in with Mbappe. The step over speed boost got him away. He's the fastest player on the game. And Lukas, with his own destiny in his hands, puts himself 2 goals up.
That speed boost from Mbappe is just ever so powerful. And once he's through, you know what's coming next. That powerful shot across goal, well timed as well, and it's a beautiful finish.
Did we get much reaction from the chat on who they think is going to finish 4th, Lukas or Mark? Was it?
I think we need to remind them.
Okay.
Maybe we need to go 1 for Mark, 2 for Lukas.
It's a bit of a 20 minutes left. One of them's losing by 2 goals, one of them winning by 2 goals.
Interestingly, I was chatting to Lukas before we did our little walk and talk through the tunnel on camera earlier, and I was saying you guys are both from Germany, yourself and Umut, so do you get to play against each other very often? And he was like, oh yeah, I've played with him quite a few times. I was like, oh right, cool, 3 to 4 times. Didn't get the opportunity to ask who normally wins in those circumstances because we had to go live, but he definitely sounded confident about his chances. I think he's in his flow state. That's why I'm saying I think he's fighting for it.
We've got 15 minutes left to play, there or thereabouts, and he will be the first person to inflict a defeat on Umut in this entire group standings over what, 7 rounds of fixtures?
Yeah, something like that.
His first loss. The only points dropped so far was to Emre Yilmaz in game 1 of week 1. I don't think it's going to affect Umut too much because he is just a robot. And he probably might even turn this game around. So much as we've spoke about Lukas and having the destiny in his own hands.
I mean, there's still so much time left when you look at it in the grand scheme of
9
things.
minute halves.
Yeah, that's the major thing. So it's like you can be 4-2 up, but can you hold it? What's the best course of action that you want to take? Do you want to hold it? Do you want to move forward? Do you want to score more goals? It's a very, very difficult situation to be in. I always say personally that a two-goal scoreline is the most dangerous, because once they score one, it's very difficult.
I've asked this question before to Ryan Gravison, and I'm going to propose it to you as well, Tien. In this position now, 4-3, would you rather be the player leading or the player chasing? Because I feel as though if you're the player chasing, you've got a very simple instruction. You press, you just try and steal the ball back. If you're leading, you're almost stuck in that purgatory of, do I try and keep possession? Do I try and look for another goal? As Umut steals the ball back, Mbappe with some great feet, Valverde takes over, and Umut could, with that reverse Elastico, set the game up for a grandstand final 10 minutes.
And to answer your question, I think I'd rather be the person trailing, because, like you said, it's very, very simple. You want to get the ball forward as quick as you can. You want to score. And if you do pull it back, as Umut has, you've got all the momentum. Things are swinging your way, and, you know, confidence is sky high, and anything can happen.
It's the Rebels mentality. We've seen Anders go down and know that he's going to come back by the end of that second half.
You spoke about sort of the emotion, Frankie. I think we've seen a couple of examples where he just lost his cool ever so slightly because he knows how important this game is. It's his last chance to get any points.
Meanwhile, Mark 11 looks like he's having a whale of a time.
That game is 4-2. Emre Yilmaz leading against Mark 11. Lukas back up the other end. This has been game of the day so far, I've got to say.
100%.
Pele. Ooh, he wants a pen. He wants a penalty.
Not enough.
Didn't go down.
Great defender from Virgil van Dijk.
As you can see, those items next to the players' face cams, their FC Pro Live item that, with their performances, can and will be upgraded throughout the course of this evening.
Richard just looked at my concerned face because Just Joe Davis has written, anyone else on the toilet right now? No. We're in the commentary booth.
Just looked over where I can see a monitor of the other game between Emre Yilmaz and Mark 11. It was a scrappy goal for Emre, puts him 5-2 up against Mark 11 from Team Footwiz. 3 minutes left to play here. I wonder if, surely because of the layout of the studio, he doesn't know that result between the two players, because it probably would affect how you play as well. If you know that a point is enough to solidify your fourth, if you know that a win is solidifying your top spot. Both games are pretty much in the exact same minute as well. Chance, Alawai ran off the bench. Saw him so much last year.
It's another great block by the defence as well.
Umut playing for the last attack. Seconds remaining.
Great switch.
Is it going to go back across the pitch? Is it going to get whipped over? Just utilising his left-hand side at the moment. Spinazzola. Into the middle for Bellingham. Here is Hansen. Alexia Putellas. Waiting, holding. Good defending from the opposite Spinazzola. A winning goal here for Umut. Keeping that unbeaten streak alive. Not today, still going to be unbeaten, but the streak of wins comes to a close. Points shared between Lukas and Umut. He looks deflated, he looks drained, does Lukas, but he's done enough because of the result in the other matchup between Emre Yilmaz and Mark 11.
Yeah, but I think he's always naturally going to be a bit disappointed in himself, having that lead.
4-2 up with
Yeah.
what, 10 minutes left to go?
Having that lead is always going to be very, very difficult to, you know, once you let it go, it's frustrating because you always think, what if? But, you know, I think he's played a really, really good game. And, yeah, credit to him, man.
If you look at his 2 results he's had against Umut, he lost 2-1 and he's drawn 4-4. He's had pretty good success against him, Frankie.
I think he's going to reflect on this later, and he's actually not going to be too upset with himself, given that he's taken on the titan of his region. And actually, it didn't look too shabby. It's just experience at the end of the day. Mark, meanwhile, again, this is what I was saying. Even though he was losing that game, him and Denmark are having a laugh on the player camera at frequent moments.
Did get a consolation, but it is only that for Footwiz Mark 11. 5-3 defeat against Emre Yilmaz. It's just not really ever clicked into gear for Mark 11. I'm sure it won't be the last time we see him this season on FC 24. However, for the FC Pro Open and this weekly competition culminating on February 3rd, his journey comes to a close here tonight, Frankie.
I'm gutted.
I think he came in with such expectation because of his performances in the summer, and he just never really got going, Tian.
Yeah, I mean, after the first round, it was always going to be, you know, very difficult. I mean, this time around, he did get some points on the board, but I mean, after the first leg, you need to get some points in the first leg, in my personal opinion, before you can really get going. And yeah, it was always going to be an uphill battle from there.
Well, this group is starting to take shape. We know who's going to be going through. We know who's unfortunately going to be going out. We've got 1 game left to play, but to wrap up round number 4 here tonight, FG, over to you, sir.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Buckley. Let's take a look at the results then, shall we, before we head to a quick break. So in that round, it was Mark 11 losing 5-3 to Emre Yilmaz, and a cracking game between Lukas and Umut ended 4-all. In a couple of minutes, we'll have our final games of the evening. Don't go anywhere, and we will catch you very, very soon. It's Yilmaz and Hidalgo next. Yes, hello and welcome back to the EA Sports FC Pro. We're all done in Group A. Everything wrapped up and with the final round of matches to go, Mr. Buckley.
Yeah, we are. I think coming into today, we sort of thought Emre and Umut were going to be the two, but I don't know if it's the other three players in the group have sort of not, they've underperformed, or those two are just a cut above.
Yeah.
I think it might be a mixture of both, to be honest.
Well, they've been absolutely sensational. And speaking of sensational, Mr. TN25, where on earth do you get your fade from?
Don't do this to me, man.
Look at that, how good is that
You
trip?
can't be talking. Look at your fade.
Oh,
bro.
well,
Yours
listen.
is sharp.
Yeah, same, boys. Yeah.
You're perfect. You're perfect as well, Mr. Buckley. It's been a good day, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a fantastic day. Some fantastic games, some fantastic FC played, and yeah, credit to everyone involved.
You know, these guys are professionals, absolute professionals, and there might not be nothing to play for here in the next round, but how do you approach it? How would you approach it?
You still got to try your very best, competitive integrity. Do you know what I have really enjoyed today? The draft requirements. I think they've really spiced it up. I think we've
100%.
seen different players, we've seen different items, different positions, and so many different promos utilised as well. I think just goes to show the depth of the high quality tier of players in the game. And it's only going to get better because Team of the Year is around the corner.
Team of the Year is around the corner. Remember that the voting is open for Team of the Year. Have you made any changes to your Team of the Year squad yet, TN?
No changes. Saliba, Saka, Odegaard are in there. You know, gotta rep the boys.
Well, okay. Should we just move on, shall we?
Yeah.
Right, listen, it's time for the last round of fixtures. We're going to head over to the commentary team, Brandon Smith and Gravison.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yes, it is round 5 here in Group A, and we could say there isn't a great deal to talk about. However, there's a couple of little bits, isn't there? More importantly, that 4th place, which would require a lot of goals from Mark if he was to get it, but also there could be an upgrade for Sadio Mane, couldn't there? All Hidalgo needs to do is get 1 point, just one more point, and then we're looking at a 90-rated Sadio Mane.
Yeah, that's the main thing, the Mane, because, I mean, he could be 90 rated, he could be, I mean, usable as a sub in my opinion, and then as well, I think Umut is just 1 point ahead of Emre, so if Emre wins or draws, and Umut draws or loses, Emre could grab that first spot, which is huge as well, because you don't want to be playing against Group D, in my opinion.
Absolutely, there's a lot on the line for this one. Our match preview for this one is brought to you from the guys at Herman Miller, as these players are joking around. Herman Miller have been brilliant. They've provided all the gaming chairs across the qualifier for this tournament and the week-by-week live finals here in London, ensuring that our players do remain as comfortable as possible for all of these big games. We thank Herman Miller for the support here at the FC Pro Open. You just see through the gap there. This famous laptop is out from RB Leipzig Daniel, which will have everything you need to know about how Mark will approach this game, how he'll go into it, the play style that he likes. Speak about attention to detail there. We can't really break down what's being seen, but I love that. I love that. Even when you know you're qualified, they want that top spot.
That's huge for them. Like, you don't want to be playing against Group D. You want to be top seed of the group, especially if there's some kind of advantage in those quarterfinals, playing against the second seed of the other group. So, I mean, I completely agree with Daniel. Like, this is a huge match for him, because he just has to grab that top spot.
This is the time they last played, these guys. Umut won 7 goals to 5, 12 goals in that game. Hidalgo losing 5 goals to 3 against Emre Yilmaz. As we said, Umut and Emre Yilmaz, if you haven't been following the FC Pro Open, are already guaranteed qualified, $30,000 guaranteed each, alongside a top 4 spot in the FC Pro Open. Hidalgo unfortunately can't qualify. He's already guaranteed as the 3rd place. He will be invited back to next year's tournament. As we said, there's just potentially some more room for manoeuvres in terms of potentially a little position modifier or a play style plus to come through. Or more importantly, Sadio Mane to get himself to a 90 rated item, which is not a bad upgrade for him. Look at the pace on him, look at the physicality, look at the dribbling. He is a menace alongside Donyell Malen, who has already got himself an 88 upgrade tonight. We can confirm that for you with the qualification here. There is an extra bump. Let us know at home in the chat which FC Pro Live items you've got. We'll do our best to get involved in the conversation with you guys. And more importantly, Team of the Year on the horizon, Grab. It's my favourite part of the season. Team of the Year. One player that deserves the Team of the Year. Who's on the tip of your tongue?
Mohamed Salah.
Really? He's on the tip of your tongue?
Yeah, he was. He was. Because I don't think
Not Haaland?
I mean, Haaland, obviously, but it has to be Mohamed Salah. I mean, I don't think Lionel Messi deserves a Team of the Year this year.
Well, someone else deserves a shout out. Titan Spider 558. We see you. When we say we're looking at the Twitch chat, we are looking at the Twitch chat. Good evening to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hello. Ooh. Could be an acrobatic effort from Mbappe. So you've just said Messi.
Messi?
And...
No, Messi doesn't deserve.
Oh, doesn't deserve one.
Yeah.
Messi doesn't deserve a Team of the Year.
Not in my opinion.
Does Ronaldo deserve one more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, Gramerson, what have you done? Who deserves a Team of the Year more in the chat? If we can get a poll of that at some point in this game, I want to see from you, everyone at home. Messi or Ronaldo? Because look, Messi won the Ballon d'Or. I know the World Cup technically wasn't in 2023. I don't think it was in December. It was in the winter months.
Okay. If we talk about...
But he did win the Ballon d'Or still.
You know, there's this talk about the Team of the Year picks being meta or being real life.
Yeah, of course. If we're speaking about Ultimate Team, Gramerson,
okay,
we've all got different ones.
Okay, if we talk about Ultimate Team, it's got to be Cristiano Ronaldo, for sure. Neymar.
Mbappe. Just keep going. Here's a chance for Emre Yilmaz to go one goal to the good here, looking for the one more pass and able to find it.
And Mbappe. Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo, Mbappe. Which ones would you think?
We were throwing around a couple of questions and said Algo will look to do what he can to give Sadio Mane that little +1 boost on his item. I went round and asked the pros, one player that doesn't deserve a Team of the Year. Do you know some of the answers I got back? Virgil van Dijk was in there, as a doesn't deserve one. Saka of Arsenal, bearing in mind they nearly won the Prem last year. Thought he was really impressive. Apparently he didn't deserve one. Messi was in there, Ronaldo was in there, and then even the Spaniard Pedri. But I mean, he's been injured half the year, I think.
Yeah, he was injured pretty much whole season. Would you say Jude Bellingham deserves one?
Oh my God. Probably deserves the highest rated out of them all. Alongside Haaland, probably. Absolutely. He's got to be the main player in that team. Let us know, again, your Team of the Year predictions and suggestions in the chat as we in our round 5 of the game here. As we said, pretty much all is concluded. There has been a goal in one of our games. It's Umut up against Mark. It's... The ball's gone through the legs of Varane, is that?
Yeah.
What's happened there? He's just missed the ball completely. He's not locked onto it for some reason. I think Umut's more annoyed than Mark.
That reaction. Oh, he's having fun.
At least he can have a smile.
Yeah.
You know why? Because Jen Round's had an upgrade. Unfortunately for Mark, though, it looks like he'll be going back to the online qualification next year for this tournament. He won't be getting that 4th spot. As we said, Lukas has played all of his games. That's him done and dusted for this year's FC Pro Open. That's a very fortunate bounce back. That finds Mbappe. That's a great little twist and turn array for Emre Yilmaz. Speak about just pouncing on a bit of luck. There was a little, just millisecond there, where he just delayed the ball of Mbappe. Way there for the dive of the tackle from Van Dijk. And he just kept running and running and running.
Left stick dribbling, L1 speed boost. You know how crazy difficult that is? I'm telling you, it really is really difficult. Oh my God.
Tiniest of inputs there, isn't there, on the analog stick? And it makes all the difference. Can we just say Mbappe is the only gold item in these teams too? Still 1.5 million coins. You can understand exactly why. There's been another goal in this game as well. It's 2 goals to the good for Umut over there, Mark. Unfortunately, won't be having the last laugh in round 5.
Would you say today, best goalkeeper of the day, probably Van der Sar? Best centre-back, probably Company? Best midfielder, Valverde? Maybe?
Yeah, he's been superb, hasn't he? Then best striker, still Mbappe?
It has to be Mbappe.
I'd even say at the back, I'd even go against you on that. I'd even say maybe Varane, that thunderstruck Varane.
Have you seen him just now?
I mean, yes, but I think he's played better than Van Dijk. Speaking of Van Dijk, was nowhere to be seen there, or was Varane, as we've just said that, to make it 2 goals to 0 for Emre Yilmaz. I mean, they can both win this game, Grab, but it doesn't change the scenario, does it, at the top of the table?
I mean, if they both win, yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, you mentioned before how we don't know if this group was just not balanced in a way, or just that the Hidalgo, Lukas, and Mark didn't perform to their standards. But I mean, Umut and Emre, they just played out of this world, in my opinion.
That's goal scored as well, I believe. 36 to 35. Both have been goal-scoring machines there. Look at the goal difference plus on them. And that's how it is going to end tonight, as it currently stands. Umut and Emre, as we know, both qualified already. Just playing for that top spot. Hansen, how's that one, Group?
Yeah, good goalkeeper movement.
Another player that would be incredible if she got a Team of the Year.
Oh.
I mean, the amount of Barcelona walkouts, first and foremost, in this game, but more importantly, potentially the amount of Barcelona Team of the Years we could be looking at, Gravison, is mental. There's been a goal back in this game. Mark has pulled one back. I mean, interesting first save there from Van der Sar. I'm surprised he got to that. Look at the angle there. Oh, just about got to it, unfortunately, on the second time of asking. Couldn't do anything. He was surprised he saved the first one. So were we.
And remember, if Mark draws and Emre wins, he grabs the first spot.
The table could certainly flip again. Keep in mind that whoever tops this group plays Group D, second in Group D. Obviously, that's the last group to conclude. And the second place in this group will play first in Group B. The South American group, we've called it, that's in action next week. Same place, same time here in the FC Pro Open. And more players will be looking to bag a spot in that top two, and those FC Pro items will continue to get an upgrade. We're looking for a third here. It goes all the way through. Mbappe did well to get out of the way there. Corner played short, poked in towards the front post. Keeper parries that one away. This is nice. Still James, Mbappe, Emre.
It's just
somehow not 3 goals up.
It's just perfect, FC. I mean, the way he just controls the ball, the way he trigger runs, the way his timing as well. I don't know. Emre is really something else.
Eusebio just pulls away for Hidalgo. I mean, this game is still very much open. Another day, it could be 3 or 4 goals to nil to Emre Yilmaz. But if you can hang in the game, and then when he does give you a little chance, if you can make the most of it like that, keep in mind, Sadio Mane, just a point. All it's needed is a point to get an upgrade. 10 points would be enough, as we said, to get him that extra +1. Has there been an equaliser here? There has! Mark 11. Pouncing on the ball from Mbappe. There's the step overs to give him the little bit of acceleration boost. He's at 2-2.
And right now, Emre tops the group.
Give it 5 more minutes, Gravison. Hidalgo might be on for a draw as well.
Yep.
The last round to conclude in our first week. Reece James.
Oh. Another one?
Was that a mistake?
Another one.
Mark. Ooh, it's now 3-2 up. It was 2-0 down against Umut.
The croqueta. Look at it. Ooh. That's beautiful. How much I love a good croqueta cancel. Oh.
Even the croqueta into the shot now.
Oh, beautiful.
Even more dangerous. Great to see this from Mark, by the way, in his last game. Easily could have just, said, look, I've got nothing to play for here, but he wants to cause a bit of a mixy match at the top of the table.
So does Hidalgo.
He very much could do that if that pass was to just find the feet. Eusebio is waiting. Ginola's driving forward a little bit too far. As we said, if we can hear from the Twitch chat, the halfway point, give us some players that you think deserve a Team of the Year this year. Voting is now live, of course.
Maybe Rolfo.
Rolfo, the left back, yeah. I mean, you're backing up my point, Gravison. We're going to see a lot of Barcelona Team of the Year players, potentially, especially in the women's game.
I mean, right now, she's good at gun.
She's always on the bench as well, like her gold items.
And if she has a Team of the Year, she could potentially be, I don't know, 90 plus?
What's going on here? Umut's now got a goal back in that game as well. 3-3 in 44 minutes over there. I know it's not been our feature game, but we might keep a close eye on this one as well. In the second half. 6 goals between the two of them. Added time of 1 minute has been played. Referee will play this last chance, though, for Emre Yilmaz to try and find one more goal.
That's it.
Referee, we are done for half-time. Here, both games really narrow, by the way. I know it's around 5. I know there's not a huge deal to play for other than the top of the table. We know who's going through, who's going out. But still, regardless, it's been entertaining. 2 goals to 1. Emre Yilmaz leads Hidalgo, and 3-3 in our other matchup. Taking place just behind our featured pod. That's the table as it currently stands. Both have scored the exact same amount of goals, but there's only 1 point in it still. Remember, a win could just continuously slide this table around for both of these players.
Goals scored for Emre and Umut, 36, both of them.
This has been the group that has provided so many goals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the storyline. Yep. I mean,
quick maths, 143 goals scored.
You were good at maths, right?
143, I believe, there. We had 83 last time they were here. 143. There is going to be more in this second half, no doubt, but they are going to be the, you could say, the pacemakers, really, in terms of goals galore. I reckon this group will give us our most goals we'll see across the next 3 weeks too.
That's a prediction.
143, I think it is at the moment. Could be bad maths. Hopefully it's right maths. Try and beat that record.
I don't think anyone could. Maybe next week, Latin Americans. I mean, they like to score goals.
They did score quite a few as well. Again, I mean, speaking of the Group B, we're back next week. There was loads of South Americans in town. Matias Bonanno praying for a miracle because he didn't have a very good week out, did he? The Man City man.
Nope.
There'll be a lot of changes there to be played. We're back on the way in our second half. Emre Yilmaz against Hidalgo. 2-1, Emre Yilmaz still leads this one. As it currently stands, he is top of this group.
And I'm really looking forward for next week restrictions because I really like these rainbow ones. I think they were fun.
Full hero team next week?
Maybe, yeah.
Slight problem. You've got Dudek or Campos in goal. It's not the best selection.
No. Not really.
However, there are the Champions League heroes now. Certainly. Oh, very good.
Modric. Potential cross, maybe?
Could be a chance, Emre. If he can find the cutback.
Oh, cancel.
Still with it, Emre. Back to James! 3 goals to 1, he leads. And speaking of goals, someone's brought the goals to the commentary booth. It's FG. He's back for us again. You come at the right time.
What a goal, by the way. Oh my gosh. What a player he is.
I refuse to believe it.
Say it again. Grab, talk me through this.
Cancel,
Patience.
left foot dribbling, pass, green time. I mean, it's just... The thing is, he didn't do much, but the timing was just perfect.
And a great example again, FG, of just getting your fullbacks involved.
Yeah, but it's just the quick thinking for me. I mean, there are levels to this, and he is absolutely showing us the levels today, Emre Yilmaz, isn't he? What a player.
Well, while we've got a minute in play, and you can see us on camera home, let us know in the chat what requirements you want to see next week, or maybe the next couple of weeks, in the FC Pro Open. We've had icon teams. We've had basically one rarity of each player. We've had teams that have followed brand new promos in past times, as we said, such as the Thunderstruck. What do you want to see? A hero team, but the goalies aren't great.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see either a full goal team, which people won't be happy with,
goal team,
or a hero team. Because, I mean, yeah, it would just be good entertainment, wouldn't it? Obviously, you're a pro now. You're back to being a pro. Would you like to play with a full goal team?
No.
And that's why I want to see it. I'm sorry if it happens.
We'll try and pick out a few comments from the Twitch chat. Give us some predictions. That's Travella comes in. The question I've got, Ramson.
Yep.
What's the lowest we can take this requirement situation before the pros maybe get annoyed? We're not going to do a silver team. We're not going to do a bronze team. I'd like to say.
I will be
Budget? What about like a 5 million?
I mean, the budget. If you go to 3 mil, something like that. If you
3 mil, it's Mbappe plus who?
Plus no
Mbappe and Van Dijk, right? Van Dijk's cheap now.
Big goal, Hidalgo makes it 3 goals to 2. While we continue to discuss this.
Could you imagine one requirement? No Mbappe.
No
This is the
Mbappe?
week of no Mbappe.
That's a good shout.
No Mbappe.
I'm not sure if it is. Who do you use?
Ginola?
Well, it depends. Team of the year's coming, isn't it?
But let's just say no Mbappe and 7 mil or 8 mil. So
Who is your striker?
Ooh. Probably use like Eusebio.
he hasn't
They
been,
probably would just put an icon in, wouldn't they?
he hasn't been that good, like today.
Silver team, says Dinko for it.
I mean,
We can't. I don't think we can do that.
I'm here for it.
I would love
agree
to
with
see
you.
it, but I can't see a
Give
world.
the power to bronze comments only. Give the power to the Twitch chat. I am here for it.
Alan, we can't do a
Full
bronze team.
Come on.
Like, we can't do a bronze team.
Who would make your full bronze team? I'm putting Oscar Bob straight in there.
I would love to see the reaction of Anders, like full bronze team, and he just goes out of the building.
Would be no
Hero
skills,
team,
right?
yes, Bluey, you're on to something there. Hero team would be great, and I just think you've got to remember these pros. I feel like they need players that can actually do a skill move, right?
They need to do a skill.
Ooh, I like that one.
Give us-
Fire versus ice.
Oh,
that could
That is
work.
a really good
good.
one. Yeah, Adam, shout out to you. That's class.
That's really good.
What you could do is you could have half the team fire, half the team ice.
You know what the thing
One
I'd have to
icon.
do, right, is I'd have to have literally the right side as fire and the left side as ice, because that would look so nice.
One-star team only. We could do like best hairstyle only. I mean, that's not even a requirement rule, but I've just made it up.
Subjective hairstyles.
Full Champions League teams. Oh! Emre Yilmaz! Your first Elastico, thank you. Another one we could do, zero chemistry.
No.
No, that's crazy.
Okay, yeah, no, we won't
You're
do
an
that
evil
one.
man. I'd rather play bronze.
No.
You'd rather play with zero chem, right?
chem, yeah.
Right.
Do you think chemistry matters?
Yeah.
Because we see a lot of the pro players playing without the 33 chem.
That's the thing. It matters, but it doesn't matter that much because the chemistry only boosts your chemistry style. So let's just say Mbappe with zero chem will always be better than I don't know, Hansen with 3 chem.
Quick update while we're in this deep conversation. There's been another goal in this game. Umut leads 4 goals to 3, which would then put him back top of the table as it currently stands. Again, keep the conversations coming in. What requirements would you like to see next week here at the FC Pro Open? That's the live table now as it stands. Umut now back top again on 20 points. We have to remember, by the way, that's 20 points out of 24 maximum. That's unbelievable.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And on the other side, on the other side, Brandon, how nice is it to see Mark 11 playing in the spirit he's playing?
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Shout out
Yep.
to, of course, Footwiz in general.
Yep.
Love Footwiz Dan. What a guy. They've got a lovely kit, like you mentioned before earlier on the comms. And Denman as well, obviously a massive help. But, I mean, he could have quite easily fallen apart, but he's been really competitive in the...
I said that. He could have easily just sat there and in the nice Republic, he could have just sulked and went, look, I've got nothing to play for. But he's tried to play and he's taken this, he's relished the opportunity once again to play some of the best players in the world.
I think it's just about enjoyment, isn't it?
Nice shout out.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Shout out to Mark 11.
And what he's done as well for the Oceania scene too. Last year, vice world champion on a penalty shootout. It won't be the last we see of him. I know he'll be playing in the Australian E-League, no doubt. And he could be back in the World Championships potentially later on this year.
I'm sure he'll be back for sure, yeah.
He'll be.
Right, Twitch chat. Let's speak.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it.
Evolution players only.
I am a fan. Kyle Walker right back no matter what.
I don't think we can be able to do that.
Because of the
But
goalkeeper, right?
oh,
Max
Not an
88
evolution
rated
goalkeeper.
team.
ooh.
So Mbappe and who? You get some bronzes on the bench,
The
right?
bronze bench, couldn't you?
But no. Only
Team
gold.
of the week only. There is some good Team of the Week players out there.
Team of the week.
Mbappe, Team of the Week.
Virgil. Team of the week, Virgil.
Varane
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Hansen got team of the week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Son?
Yeah, as well.
Do we even need to mention Son anymore?
I don't think.
You must know who the Mystery Nation is now. People in the Twitch chat.
Eusebio.
Another one we could do, FG, that's come in from Scully. That's a big fan of you.
Oh, hello, Scully.
All below 6 foot team like FG. So what, like the smallest team?
Scully, I'm hunting you down. You know, I've seen the screenshots. I've heard the shout
We could build the smallest team, couldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't make that team because I'm too tall. Aren't I, Greg?
Obviously, yeah. People like a Campos in goal or something like that.
Can't see.
I mean, guys, check. Like, he's obviously taller than us. Like, way taller.
How tall are you? 6'2"?
6'1", I think.
6'1.5".
So you're 6 what?
3.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
And you, Brandon?
You're wearing heels, mate.
No. You're an evil man. I'm actually stood behind you as well. We saw the intro, we saw how tall I was, eh?
So many great suggestions, by the way. Keep them coming in. There's been another goal in this game. We spoke about how positive Mark has been in this scenario. He's just scored another goal. 4-4.
Well, gents, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
How come you're leaving after we've just said about a small team?
I'm going to change my heels, mate.
Right. See you later, FG. Catching up with him after this game has concluded. Thank you for your suggestions in terms of the requirements for next week. But just building on what FG was saying about Mark, 4-4 against Umut, the player that's top of this group, which again changes the table again, I believe.
Emre, yeah, Emre.
And there you go.
Again, top of the table.
Emre Yilmaz on his way to top the table, which again changes who plays who in the knockout stages. Eventually the ball goes out of play out for a goal kick.
I really like the evolution one. And the fire against ice, that's really good as well.
I think though the key thing is we have used the promos, haven't we, a few times now, with our squad building requirements here at the FC Pro Open.
People in the chat really are creative.
Remember, you can get creative at home as well. Draft.fcpro.com. You can still draft your teams with this week's rarity rules, which I can tell you will take you quite some time. Only one player from each promo or rarity available you can use in the team within a budget too of a difficult 8 million coins. Mbappe finds Pateles. It's a red time finish. Goes out for a corner. Emre Yilmaz still top of the group. Hidalgo, unfortunately, won't be getting that extra +1, will he, on Sadio Mane?
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a few investors of the Senegal striker. Was just praying out for just one more point, Hidalgo, to take him to a 90 rating. Unfortunately, that won't be the case tonight, unless we can see some magic in the next 6 minutes.
And I think we have to be critical.
Trivella! Oh. Green! And green often means goal.
Especially if you are Emre Yilmaz.
As you were saying, what you're about to say.
Dembele today.
Not good?
No. He had a couple of chances. 86 shooting, I think. Didn't go in. I don't know. I don't think he's up to the level you need to compete here against the best.
It's like one of your attacking players. You have to be able to do everything, and you just don't think that the shooting, I mean, it's factual. The shooting stats just aren't there.
Yep.
I guess the only way he got into that team was from being a Champions League promo item, which is not one of the rarities that he could have used. There's been a goal in the other game late on, 3 minutes here. Which way's this one gone? And it looks like Mark 11 has just ended his FC Pro Open campaign with a massive win. 5 goals to 4 against one of the top 2 players. He'll be kicking himself thinking, where was this form when I needed it 5 weeks ago? But just goes again to show the level that Mark has been at today compared to where he was at this time last year in December.
Yeah, and as FG said, huge congrats to Mark and Dan and the whole Footbiz team, because, I mean, he could have just not care about this match. And he did, and the whole group changed. So that's something to talk about.
Absolutely. Added time of just 3 minutes to come in here, but we can conclude it as it stands. It will be Emre Yilmaz that will top this group. Our first winner of the 4 groups. It will look to add one more goal on to just conclude the tie, or run it into the goal of Mbappe. 6 goals to 2. It will be Umut in second place. Emre Yilmaz top of the pile. And that will be Group A concluded.
GG's.
I mean, it's the bar set, isn't it? The bar set of what's to come. In terms of point tallies, in terms of big performances, potential comebacks that just didn't happen today for a few players.
I'm really hyped about next week.
Full time. That is Group A concluded here in London. The first of 4 groups done and dusted. 3 players leave the tournament. 2 book their spot in our finals on the 3rd of February. 8 players battled out for huge sums of cash. He may have lost a game in there as well, but Emre Yilmaz still top the group. Last minute winner from Mark 11 in a 5-4 win against Umut. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, I mean, the moment Umut won against Emre, I thought that was GG, but yeah.
I think the one thing you have to say as well, I know it's easy to say this now, but how important it will be, looking back across these next couple of weeks, to get points in week 1. Because for Mark, he's got 6 points from 12 today. If he just got 3 points, a point, scored a couple more goals, conceded a couple less, all if, buts and maybes, he'd be in the top 4.
Yeah. I mean, everything matters. Everything. Every single match, every single minute, every single goal matters. So I guess we'll see next week what happens with Matthias, with PH, with Young, with Happy, with Faku. I mean, fireworks.
2 out of the 8 players confirmed. As we said, everyone's trying to vie in to get into the FC Pro Open Grand Finals. Only 8 players can be there. Some huge prize money. He's been in great spirits, Mark, today in what was a very difficult scenario. And he's been all for the cameras. Emre Yilmaz, top in the group, has been the headline storyline alongside Umut. Unfortunately, bottom of the pile will be Mark 11. It will be Hidalgo and Lukas that will get that auto invite back to the Open qualifier next year. They won't have to go through the long qualifying process, which is good. Or it won't feel good now, but I can say when the new game comes out and we're in the new season, they'll really appreciate that.
Yeah, when you don't have to play for a whole month against players in ladders, online, grinding 4 hours a day, you'll be happy to grab that top 4 spot. I'm
Absolutely.
telling you.
Well, we found our first 2 players that are in the finals in just a few weeks' time, and they're joined by Frankie now.
If we're being honest with ourselves, we were absolutely expecting these 2 to be stood with me at the end of the night, going through to the finals officially from Group A. You are second in the group. That means you're going to be facing the winner of Group B, and that could be PH Zen. Does that make you excited for that first matchup of the finals?
I thought we were going to play against Group D.
Oh, you're going to... Oh, hang on a second. So you would be playing against the winner of Group B because you're the second seed from Group A.
Living Weird is now the first, but I think like in Group D, everyone is so good. I think it doesn't matter that much who's going to be first or second, because it also could change. Livy can also be second now. He also can be third. So I think, yeah, it's important to just to qualify.
Reflecting back on the action in Group A, then, are you satisfied with everything that's gone down?
Yeah, of course. Like now in my last game, I just lost. It was my first loss, but again, like it's. I think that doesn't matter that much if you came in our group first or second, because the other group is so good.
And do you think you can represent Group A all the way to the finals on February 3rd?
I hope. Let's see.
Let's see. Let's come over to Emre. It's been so fantastic getting to see the 2 of you face off against all the opponents, but especially against each other. Emre, how do you feel about topping the group?
Yeah, I feel good, but I think what Umut said was right. It doesn't matter who you play. For me, I don't want to play Levi because he's my teammate, but for the rest, it's just, it doesn't matter for me.
So if you did have to play Levi, though, do you think you could come out on top? Because you absolutely smashed the competition in Group D.
Yeah, smashed. We both lost one, so I don't know. It's going to be hard.
Does that mean, though, that you're all out war now as teammates? You're no longer teammates until the end of the FC Pro Open?
If we play each other, we're no longer teammates, of course, but after that, we're just teammates, so...
We'll have Renzo just in the player lounge, just like holding them apart. Lads, 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 like the 2 chillest dudes in the world, finally showing a little bit of teeth. No selfies until after the competition is concluded on February 3rd. What does it mean, though, for you to be in the final?
Very good. Quarterfinals, I just want to reach the World Cup top 4, everyone. So that's our next goal.
Well, the 2 of you putting in world-class performances tonight. Congratulations, lads. Emre, I know you're a fan of the selfie, so I'll let the 2 of you take one in just a moment as we head over to FG on the desk.
Thank you very, very much to Frankie, and congratulations to Umut and Emre Yilmaz. Let's take a look at the final table then for Group A, shall we? Emre Yilmaz, as mentioned, finishing top with 19.6 wins out of 8 for him. Umut goes through as well with 17 in second place. Hidalgo and Lukas have got the auto qualification, finishing 3rd and 4th respectively, and Mark 11 finishing bottom of the group with 6, meaning he will have to do it all again next time. It's time for our PlayStation Player of the Day, and that is going to be chosen by Richard Buckley and TN.
It certainly is. Thank you very much, FG. Is there any surprise on the PS5 Player of the Day? It could only be one man. It could only be Emre Yilmaz. I'm pretty sure he won it the first time we played these games as well. He's a machine, Tia.
Yeah, I mean, everything he does was so methodical. He had like a plan. He was like 3 steps ahead pretty much every time. And besides the minor setback against Umut, he's looked nothing short of confident and clinical.
2 points clear of second, 10 goals more in the goal difference as well. Is this a potential FC Pro Open champion we are looking at right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's done pretty much everything right, scored loads of goals, might have conceded the least in the group so far as well. So things are looking good for him, and it'll be interesting to see how he does in the knockouts.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Emre Yilmaz can offer. Let's head back over to the desk for one more time to join everyone.
Oh, this is nice, isn't it?
How are we?
Good evening, hasn't it?
La Familia, right?
La Familia, indeed. Frankie.
Does that
how's
make
your
me the
evening been?
Madre?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mother has arrived. The evening's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed myself, like hanging out in the players' lounge, having a bit of squash.
And Brandon, let's get the
squash.
Yeah, you've got
say
2
squash?
options. Yeah, you can have like the black currant one, or you can have the orange one.
Cordial.
It's squash, mate. We don't stretch to that bigger budget. Just because you have cordial up in Manchester City Player Lounge.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, we made 70-something million profit this year.
Me personally.
What do you say?
It's juice for me.
Juice.
Hey, cordial costs £3 plus.
Right, okay, listen, let's forget about squash and
Okay,
cordial. We'll
that's
let you
cash
guys
and carry.
We'll let you guys in the Twitch channel decide that. What have we learned from today then, Group A, Brandon Smith?
That you're really tall. Obviously,
Yes,
number one.
absolutely.
But more importantly, I think our 2 favourites we expected to go through did go through today. And look, they've set the bar, and there's 2 players in the final 8, which is already looking stacked.
The final 8 is looking very, very sad. Let's look at the final bracket then, shall we? Mr. Buckley, we mentioned Emre Yilmaz will play second in Group D, and then Umut playing first in Group B, which we think will be PH in.
Yeah, more than likely. That's where his destiny is going to end up, unless PH Zin's performances take a nosedive. But that's going to be an absolute cracking game. And you don't know who's going to be second in Group D. Tex might do some Tex-like things and pull something out of the bag. However, Group B is where we are heading next.
It is indeed, Mr. TN, and we've got an absolutely sensational lineup in Group B. Just talent.
Yeah, and all to play for, man. It's going to be exciting to see, how they come out in the second round and see what they can do, to be honest.
What about Matty Gravison? How will he approach Group B, especially after week 1?
I think, firstly, he has to grab that top 4 spot because he doesn't want to play any qualifiers. But it's the same as Tex. He could potentially win all his games and qualify for the next round. So Matthias is the player who can do that. Definitely, and he will. He's a Man City player as well, so, it's in the DNA in a way.
Well, let's hope so. From a Man City standpoint, let's look at the Group B standings as they stand going into the second round of fixtures. Any surprises expected, Frankie and Brandon?
I think one thing that we can expect is there's maybe a player that unexpectedly is going to qualify before we kick the ball off. You're honestly coming in saying Matthias Bonanno and PH in to qualify as the top 2. That's not going to happen now. It's going to probably be PH in +1. There's a massive chance for a new name there to really be a household name.
I can give you a guarantee, a Richard Buckley guarantee.
Oh, here we go.
There'll be a Tuzzy esports player there.
Well, that's a safe bet. I absolutely would bet on that too. We have had a curse of the commentator tonight, though, haven't we, Brandon Smith, when Emre Yilmaz conceded a goal?
Yeah, it happened quite a lot tonight, didn't it? But yeah, you're right there, Rich. I think Tuzzy Esports might have actually I think they've nearly got 5 players in that group, haven't they?
They've hedged the bets very well.
I think there's one guarantee from Group B. It's going to be loud. We didn't really see it, though, last time round. Everyone was quiet. Everyone was focused. Things were not quite on the line yet. But when we come back next week, we're going to need to soundproof this building because Happy and his dad are back.
Oh, well, listen, one thing's for certain. The 15th of January, we want to see you back here. This is where to watch all the FC Pro action. We've got Group B. The timings are on the screen for wherever you are in the world. Thank you to all my colleagues for for joining us. Thank you for everything tonight. You know, from the top of my 6'5" frame, there's been so much to admire on this week's show. TN's beautiful fade, Grav's amazing cardigan, and of course, the devastating form of Umut and Emre Yilmaz. Through to the last day and one step closer to glory. Join us next week for more drama here on the FC Pro Open. But from all of us, bye for now.